Hey everyone, this is Brandon.
And this is Casey.
And this is the
Beer
Someone podcast. Follow
and like.
And enjoy the show.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to Beer Someone episode 28. We're at Gristworkz and we're talking all things H-Town Beer Passport. I got Casey Jewett with me. How you doing, Casey?
I'm good, man. Good. Glad to be here. And we are here with Dave Sorrell.
Hi there.
Owner and head brewer of Gristworkz, and Matthew Watts, the guy that started
H-Town Beer
Passports.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah,
but
but I like the name.
Houston Beer Passport. No, it's H-Town.
H-Town Beer Passports. Yeah.
Just it flows.
Yeah, man. We're excited to kind of talk about a few things. We have a lot to talk about today, actually, but I definitely want to start off with H-Town Beer Passports and kind of get some insight into what that is and what you're bringing to the table.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, honestly, there's a lot going on, and I'll kind of start with the basics, and we'll kind of dive deeper into each section. But first off, it's a passport, but it's so much more. It's really focused on the experience, you know? So when we think of like a brewery passport, we think of visiting all the breweries within that passport and getting a stamp. But again, that's just the tip of the iceberg, you know, because what I mean by that is focusing on the experience. Whenever a passport holder goes in for that first time and gets that stamp, a lot of times it's going to come with the experience, you know. What that experience is really depends on the brewery. And so that's what's the awesome thing about it is each brewery is going to be different and it could change. Meaning someone could go to brewery A and their experience is a curated flight of their known beers, you know, because they really want to promote that. Someone goes the next week for the same brewery, gets their stamp, and all of a sudden their experience is a tour of the brewery, you know? And so that's what's kind of cool is it can change not only day by day, week by week, but year by year, you know?
Right on.
Because again, we plan on doing this 2026, 2027, each year kind of refreshing it, you know? Now, again, still tip of the iceberg, you go in for that experience, but we're trying to not only promote the breweries, but the experience along the way, you know? So we'll do things like Brewery of the Week, you know, where we'll go in, do a lot of photos, pictures of the brewery, and that whole week we're just really promoting that brewery. And what clients can do is they come in with their passport, take a picture of their passport at the brewery, they'll post it to Instagram, and automatically they're entered to win swag from that brewery. You know?
That's cool.
Nice, yeah.
It could be, you know, shirts, glasses, bottle openers, whatever it might be.
And Dave, y'all are doing that too, right? Y'all have a giveaway for this week, right?
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, not only do you have your deal with the passport, but I forget what all we do. We got some shirts, we got some pint glasses, stickers. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, you got a giveaway associated with all that. So,
And then you have to come here, get your passport stamped, take a picture, upload it to Instagram and your stories, and tag H-Town Beer. Or no,
Is it
tag,
just Instagram?
Tag
or
Gristworkz.
Facebook?
So Instagram right now, slowly going over to Facebook. So we're kind of starting seeing, hey, where are we getting the most traffic? Been playing around with both. Right now, Instagram is just where a lot of the
What about
traffic
TikTok?
is.
That's awesome.
Haven't done anything on TikTok yet. Definitely, there's going to be again, a lot of growth can happen, a lot of ideas. I'm trying to like just do a little bit at a time. Say,
Right.
hey, what's working, what's not? Where can we take this? And
I really like the idea. When I first heard about it, I'm like, that's something we need. It's kind of like what No Label does with Murky Myers, but year round. But I didn't fully understand it. Me and Casey were talking about it this morning. And so each brewery has its own unique thing.
exactly.
So if you go to some brewery, you might get a discount. Some brewery, you might get a beer. You said a flight experience. And breweries are all about experience.
Or a brew tour, which is pretty cool. I think
Okay.
that's the good one.
Yeah, and that's the thing is again, it's up to the brewery as far as what it is, you know, and that's what makes it special. You know, the passport is just connecting people to the brewery experience. You
Right.
know, think of us as like basically kind of marketing, you know. And again, it could be so many different things. And a lot of breweries are like, hey, you know, we also want to promote future visits, and so each brewery will have like loyalties programs, you know,
Okay.
like you have things like mug clubs and all
Yeah.
that. And so some breweries are like, hey, you know, passport holders come back, future visits, you'll get 10% off like an appetizer or stuff like that.
Right.
You know, again, just those small little perks to promote those future
Whatever
visits.
gets new people going to breweries, because that's what we're lacking in this industry right
Yeah.
now, is new people. We need new people.
Yeah.
And this seems like something that could bring new people into beer.
Absolutely.
And not only bring new people, but get people outside of their norm.
There are 2 or 3 breweries that they like to visit get them out to some more breweries. I agree. Yeah,
Exactly.
I think
Like-
it'll definitely work.
Like I said earlier, if I've had Instagram messages from people sending me pictures where they're at different breweries, like, man, I've never been here before. This is really good. I'm definitely coming back. I'm like, awesome.
We've given
Right.
a little bit of that since we started this podcast where people were like, oh, I listened to that episode. I got to go check out that brewery. And then they're like, oh, I'm there right now. They're messaging me on Facebook, people I've never met before.
Yeah.
Being like, I'm at the brewery right now. I had a great experience.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so glad you did.
I think it's
Yeah.
awesome. So I have another question. So if you complete the passport, is there anything that happens?
Absolutely. So right away, when you complete the passport at the end of the year, so it's even if you have a completed passport this month, you still hold on to it. At the end of the year, there's actually a page in the passport that you can tear out. You put all your contact information in it. You're going to hand it in to one of the participating breweries on the list, and we'll submit all that to it. And right away, you're going to get an H-Town Beer passport glass. So for completing it, you get a glass.
That's cool.
And then you're automatically entered into an end-of-year raffle. End-of-year raffle is a $25 gift card from every single brewery in the passport, and there's going to be 3 winners.
Okay.
That's awesome. So no, you don't, but you don't have to necessarily get it all done within a year. Say you get into say you get into 2027, then it would just go towards 2027's raffle.
So yes, but then you'll also have a 2027 passport.
Oh, I see. So I gotcha.
Yeah. Hey, they need to go.
So you have to
they need come
renew
back
the
next year.
passport. Plus, you may be adding more breweries, I would imagine.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
there's
How
already
many
room.
breweries do you have now?
So 14 breweries right now, and still talking to some others. And so what's nice is in the passport, there's actually pages that say future breweries, because I don't want anybody that purchased the passport at the beginning of the year to miss out on future breweries that want to be added later in the year. So our website is always fully updated as far as who's on there. On the future brewery page, let's say another brewery was added today and someone already has a passport, they can still go and get that passport experience. They'll just get that stamp on the future brewery page.
Right
But it doesn't count against them for the end of year raffle. So if they don't visit that new brewery, that's okay. You still have a completed passport if you get all the other breweries stamped.
Okay, right on.
So I know Megatons with Decas with Houston Beer Passport as well. I don't know. What do you get? What's your experience you get at Megaton?
So here's the deal. This is what's really cool. Is majority of the breweries, I don't know what their experience.
Oh yeah,
Right, everybody can tailor it
exactly.
to.
And I told them like, hey, you don't have to really tell me your experience because it could change day to day. Now, I will know, so for example, I will sometimes pop up tables, to kind of educate, sell passports on site. And then I'll go up and ask, hey, what's your experience right now? So that when people come up into the table and say, hey, what is this? I'll explain, this is the passport. For example, if you had a passport today at this brewery, this is what your experience is, And so
Right.
the reason I don't know is because I know it can change. So I don't want to tell people like, oh yeah, this is your experience. And they go and it's totally different.
yeah.
All right. So here's one more question. How much does it cost?
Yeah. So right now, $30. And I already
For the
told
year?
myself. Yeah. So basically the passport is $30. That will never go up. Even if we double the breweries, if we go from 14 to 30 or more, the price will always stay the same.
Right on. Okay, cool. That's a really good, because you're getting a lot out of it.
Sounds like a good date night experience.
Yeah.
Like if you were going to take your wife and go want to check out all the breweries in Houston.
Get a few passport stamps. Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
That's something you could do together.
It's funny you say that because I've actually had people message me and saying, hey, I just bought 2 passports for me and my husband where I'm going to surprise them on our anniversary and stuff like that. I'm like, that's actually really cool.
That's
That is
really
cool.
badass.
It's funny because in person, it's been a lot of guys and girls buying, but online, I've had a lot of females buy, and they'll message me saying, hey, I'm buying this for my husband, or I'm buying this for us. And just because, again, it's the experience. When we can tie experience to breweries, to beer, it's going to make it more memorable.
That's why we go to breweries is for an experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get a kind of a VIP experience if you got this passport, which is
Exactly.
Yeah.
very cool.
And that's where we're creating those positive memories. So like, oh yeah, I remember at this brewery, because everybody's going to have a story about a negative experience.
Did we say what the Gristworkz experience is right now?
So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the first beer is free with the first punch, and then each time you come back, it's a $1 beer.
Right on.
So that's
Yeah.
what y'all had, at least the last few times I've been here. But again, Dave might say, you know what? Today, I'm giving everybody a tour that comes with a passport.
Well,
Right.
That's a given. If I'm here in the building and you want to tour, I mean we're not St. Arnold and do like scheduled brew tours, but if I'm here and you want to see around, I'm happy to show you around.
Right.
So.
Right on.
And again, that just goes back to just getting people into the breweries. Because a lot of the breweries, you can go to the store and buy the beer, and hopefully it's a good beer was stored correctly and all that. But going into the brewery, now you're going to get, a fresher beer. You're going to have a chance to talk to the brewer, to the owner, the
Right.
bartenders, usually to know, hey, where this beer
Get
come
past
from.
that, just ordering a beer, sitting down, and not really having something to connect with, basically.
Do
Exactly.
you know your experience at Deca right now?
I'm honestly not 100% sure because I know we kicked around a few ideas, but since I'm not really in the tap room that much, I really don't know what it is.
I'm going to text Chris at Megaton in the break and find out what it is.
Right on, yeah.
But I did want to say that what is this beer that you poured for me, Dave? It's
That's our newest one. That's our Czech Pilsner. It's called Saz Queen.
Saz Queen.
So
that's what you're drinking. That's what I'm drinking.
We're
that's
all
what
drinking
Casey's
it, yeah. Well,
Well,
no.
I got the
You
Hot
got the
Boy
Hot
Summer.
Boy Summer.
Okay,
man.
right
Nice
on.
fruited blonde.
yeah,
Right on, nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
Saz is the Czech style hops in that, and so hence Saz Queen. So I figured that'd be a fun play on
Saz
words.
Queen.
Yes, Saz
I like
Queen.
it. I like it. It's really
She's fierce.
super delicious.
So we were planning this podcast. We had a different podcast in mind when we first started talking to Matthew, and things didn't work out with the original location and what we were gonna do. And last minute, we were in a group chat like, "What do y'all want to do? Where y'all want to do this?" We were talking about maybe going to a local craft beer bar in Houston, and Matthew said, "Well, Gristworkz had such a huge impact on what the H-Town beer passport has been. Let's see if we can rope in Dave." And last minute, really appreciate you accommodating us
Yeah.
and coming on last minute, Dave.
Always happy to host.
Yeah, man. And it was great because you guys are craft brewery of the week for the
Yeah, they're
H-Town
actually
Beer
brewery of the week
Passports.
right now. So,
So-
anybody that comes in this week with their passport gets that stamp. Or
Yeah.
they don't have that. They could already have a stamp from weeks ago, but
Yeah.
if they come back with that passport, take a picture with it. Of
This
it.
will air next Friday, so will they still
It'll
be
be-
brewery of the week?
No, so it'll end this Sunday. So whoever's listening to it, it will be on to the next brewery of the week.
Right.
But it, just kind of an example of just how the brewery of the week works.
Do you want to save that announcement for a post on Instagram, or do you want to tell us who it is next week?
So I'm actually talking to a few for next month.
Okay.
So we don't have it laid out.
All right.
I'll tell you right now, like half the breweries know exactly when they want their brewery of the week because maybe they have like special beers coming out. Like there's a few that are in October. Like, hey, we got some great stouts that we're gonna be brewing. Can we brew brewer of the week that week? I'm like, yeah, for sure.
Right on. Cool.
Like for example, Naked Iguana, they have a bunch of awesome beers coming out. Around 4th of July. So that's when
Okay.
they want theirs.
That's cool.
And so
That makes sense.
And that's the thing is. I'm not the one choosing brewer of the week. I want them to choose it.
Oh,
If they
yeah?
don't know, then it's kind of up in the air.
I remember you saying that because you had sent me some information about everything, and that was one of the things you had mentioned was kind of picking your week, which is really cool.
Exactly, because
Smart.
everybody's going to have certain beers and certain seasonal beers, and if you really want to showcase those seasonal beers,
Right.
then heck yeah, because again, brewery of the week is really promoting that brewery, but trying to get people out to that brewery. If
Right.
it's your first time or your third time, whatever it might be.
Can you recite by heart all 14 breweries that you're working with? I'm just curious.
Yeah, for sure. So we have Naked Iguana, we have Saloon Door, we have Galveston Bay, we have Tallyard and Sugarland, we have Gristworkz, we're gonna do Frosttown, City Orchard. What else? There's gonna be Spindletap, 11 Below, Mad Llama, Megaton, Deca, Final Gravity. I'm missing one, right?
That's 13.
Yeah. Holy moly.
So you have one more.
Instant Avenue.
Send
Oh,
it
right
out.
on.
Yeah, okay.
Right on. Yeah.
Cool.
That's a lot of my friends right there. They're
Yeah,
really
man.
great breweries.
That's
Really
awesome.
great list.
And what I love about it is it feels like a passport because of the location. It's not all just one area.
Right.
You have Galveston, Sugarland, Pearland. Like it's everywhere. So again, that experience turns into an adventure on top of that.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is rad.
I
Very
really
cool.
love what you're doing. That's why we talked at the Brouhaha at
Correct.
Moon Tower, and I was like, I told you, I'm like, I love what you're doing. We need to do a podcast, and
And again, it's just promoting the breweries, promoting the experience, especially for those new craft beer drinkers.
Right.
If we controlled this world, we would say, hey, everybody's first craft beer should be at a brewery. Get
Yeah.
it straight from the mother's tap.
Right.
you
Yeah.
know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I agree.
So, tell me about the beginning stages of planning this. And you said Gristworkz was made a huge impact on that.
Yeah, for sure. So this whole journey started in October last year. So at first I was just doing a lot of research, like, hey, how would I go about doing this? The logistics, and it's changed a little bit over the months, really fine tuning it. But step one was, once I had everything down, I had, okay, here's the game plan. Let's reach out to all the breweries, started off, because again, I didn't know how far out I wanted to go. So it was mainly like just Houston, like right in the middle, and it's like slowly kind of venture out. Probably emailed about 20 different breweries, and Gristworkz was actually like day one, like, hey, yeah, let's do this. I'm like, oh, okay, let's do this. And so it was really cool because I got on the phone with them, like, hey, this is awesome. We love what you're doing. Can we host your launch party? I'm like, I never thought about a launch party. Let's do that, And so straight from day one, it was them saying, hey, what can we do to help out? How can we do this? And so they show what the brewery experience really is, as far as, the hospitality, just welcoming, doesn't matter who you are, like, hey, we want you here. And so it's pretty cool, just the experience I had with just Gristworkz alone.
Yeah, reminding you like why we like to do this.
Exactly.
It's bottom line, it's hospitality. It's we make beer, we make food and all that stuff, but bottom line, it's hospitality. It's what making someone else's day is what I always tell the staff. It's like we're here to make someone else happy. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, for sure. They've made a big impact on me. And I get excited every time I come, just because I know the bartenders, I know Dave, and so it's really exciting to come in, just see the familiar face, because just go and talk to them. And even the last time I was here, and I was really surprised this happened. Walk up, Miles bartender's like, "Hey, how's the family?" I'm like, "Oh, let me tell you." It's like, this is kind of cool. You don't hear that a lot sometimes.
Right. Yeah. Well, I kind of want to dig into Dave a little bit, and me and Dave actually worked together at Crisp years ago. I don't even know for how long, but Dave was manager for a while. I just moved from Denver, right? Or somewhere in Colorado,
Western Slope, Colorado.
Okay,
out like Aspen area.
Oh, okay.
Glenwood Springs. Yeah.
Cool. Right on. Yeah, you had just moved to Houston, right? And that was your first.
That was
spot?
About a year after we had moved to Houston.
Okay.
But yeah, so long story short, I bounced around quite a bit throughout the not just the craft beer industry, but Crisp was a good experience, like Italian place, pizzas, wine. So I got some good wine experience there, good front of house experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this was kind of the goal in mind the entire time. Like this is why we moved to Texas. Is back in 2012 was when all the brew pub legislation changed around, so that breweries were actually able to sell on site. Whereas before it was like the wooden nickel thing, and they had to do distro only. And so it's like, okay, hey, finally we can do what we want to do. And so this was always the game plan. Was I wanted to make a brewery experience where it's not just beer, it's a full kitchen and doing a cocktail program and everything else along with it. So spent 10 12 years in the industry getting experience in not just the beer side, but the whole hospitality experience.
Right on. So you always wanted to have cocktails. Mm-hmm. Right on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it was never meant to be just like an add-on. It was like early on, one of my experiences actually after Crisp, I worked at Hay Merchant, and that was before they had the cocktail program at Hay Merchant. And the number of times we'd have people come in like, oh, you guys only have beer. And it's like, well, that sucks. We're going to go somewhere else. And it's like, sorry, we're one of the top beer bars in the in the country, frankly, at that time. Mm-hmm. And having something for your wife, girlfriend, or whatever doesn't drink beer, and like I'm hitting my 40s now. It's like I can only drink so many beers anymore until I'm kind of ready to move on to an old fashioned or something like that as well. So yeah, having that kind of well-rounded, having something for everybody was the main goal in mind the entire time.
Right on. Yeah. That's awesome. And so y'all and you even said earlier that you even get back there and shake a few shakers every once in a while too.
Yeah, I mean, I've done high volume. I worked at Axelrad for a while, and it's like you're just sore at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Working those kind of places. I'm rusty at this point, but we've got a great cocktail program there, and I do like to get back behind the stick every once in a while and try to not embarrass myself the best I can.
What's your favorite cocktail?
I mean, I kind of my same ethos with the beers. I like very classic, clean, simple stuff. So like just a classic daiquiri, get like a good like agricole rum into it, get a little funk to it. right now, Bamboo Bay is a local producer, and he's got this really awesome sugarcane sourced from Louisiana, and he's got this really nice. He's the only guy in town doing like a local, really crafted rum, and so I've got that one as a daiquiri, and it's
So that's what I need to try.
yeah. I mean, it's just like, when you go to a brewery, it's like you want to order their lightest, crispest, cleanest beer because you don't have anything to hide behind with, dumping a whole bunch of adjuncts into it. Order a daiquiri at a craft cocktail bar. You can tell if their juice is fresh, if they're using high quality spirits, all that kind of thing.
Right on. Very
Did we
cool.
talk about their food program? Because I came here once on a steak night, and I was like super impressed what I saw. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm definitely planning on making an order here in a little bit. So
Yeah, well, we'll bring some food out for you guys for sure.
Yeah, right on.
Don't
Yeah.
want you to be
what would you
hungry.
recommend?
I mean, personally, the chicken wings. So when Hay Merchant closed down, I was super sad because they had the best chicken wings in town. So I kind of stole the recipe, and so we do a dry rub, smoke it, and then
Nice.
then we fry them up. So it's not breaded, and honestly, I order them naked and do the sauces on the side because the wings.
I'm getting the chicken.
that
rolling
sounds
around.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Y'all smoke them too. That's great. Yeah.
Me and Casey were talking about while we were walking in this morning to set up. We started talking about local brewing group.
Local group. Yeah.
Was it
Local group.
Local group?
Local group was here before
was it
Gristworkz.
local brewing group? What?
Local group.
Local group.
Local group.
Yeah.
I just remember.
It's a space themed name.
I know. I was telling him I think it was the worst craft beer brewery name.
But did you know that it was a space themed name?
I think I did. They were super nice. I got to work across from them many events when early
Yeah.
Free Liver days.
Me and my wife came up here. Actually, their opening day, they were doing their I think it was like a soft opening the same day that Urban South HTX was doing their industry only kind of soft opening party. So we hit both, and at the time these apartments were not here, and so you could actually sit out here on the patio and see the skyline.
Yeah, it was a green space. Yeah, you could
Yeah.
see. I'm not mad. We lost our view of the city, but we got
Yeah.
a view of customers now. So that's
Right,
it's a
exactly.
good
You
trade-off.
have you basically got here's some customers. Here you go, boom, right here next to you,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Did you keep most of their equipment?
Yeah. So they. Long story short, they literally opened 2 weeks before all the pandemic shut down. So it's just it was a really
Right.
bad timing for things, and no hate against any of that stuff.
They were all right.
no-
Their beer was all right. You kept
Yeah.
one of their beers, right?
No, so it's all new recipes.
It's all new recipes?
But they did a great job setting up the brew house. Honestly, I've done very little to modify equipment in the brew house. We've changed quite a bit behind the bar. Obviously, we brought in a full cocktail program, so we rebuilt the bar.
Yeah, because they didn't have cocktails; they just were beer only. Yeah,
Yeah, and so then also kitchen. Obviously, we changed a lot of things with kitchen menu, some of the equipment back there. But like I said, honestly, the bones of it, we were, to digress a bit, we were this close to buying a empty warehouse on the east side of town and just build everything from a white box up. And so this opportunity came up, and it's we can save basically 2-3 years in the permit and building process and all that. And so it never actually even hit the market, and we were just able to private finance it and kind of hit the ground running.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Y'all been open a couple years now.
Yep. So officially, we purchased it in spring of 22. It took probably about 9 months. There was a huge backlog from all the COVID stuff, so it took about 9 months to actually get all of our permits and stuff. So officially, it was October that we changed the name. So October of 22 is going to be our 4-year anniversary coming up this year.
Right on.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
thank
is
you.
awesome.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I love all the paints and the what am I trying to say?
The mural.
The mural.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
awesome, and this is all you guys did this.
Yeah,
'Cause it was
so,
totally
well,
different
well, not me
before.
personally. I'm not that artistic.
Well, no, you
I'm
had-
artistic with beverages, but I'm not
Yeah.
artistic with paint and. No, Floyd Mendoza is I don't know the proper term, graffiti artist, or so this was
Graffiti. So it is graffiti art.
Yeah, essentially, if you see over at like Bad Astronaut, they do a lot of those like spray paint competition type stuff. So Floyd Mendoza is a local guy, and we got him pretty early on. This was actually, I think it's still the biggest mural that he's ever put together.
Oh, wow.
And it was the painting alone was about 80 hours, and so it was a lot of kind of back and forth design process, kind of sketched it out on his computer, did a projector, stenciled it out on the wall. And yeah, it was like a good week and a half of actual painting. So he put a lot of work into this. And
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It looks really
great.
nice.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
you
it's
have a
just-
good background. Your head's right between two beers.
Yeah, well, that's a good place to be. What can I say?
Speaking of beer, so how many beers do you have on your tap wall right now?
So we've got 20 taps. A couple of those are wine. We've got an espresso martini on nitro. And then a handful of guest taps. But I usually have about 12-ish that we brew in house, and things kind of rotate. And my whole goal is to have a broad spectrum. We gotta have some light, some dark, some hoppy, some ambers, and so. And then for the styles that are either not quite as popular but still worth carrying, that's when we're going to bring in a guest tap. Like right now, we've got Francis Connor Hefeweizen. We're not set up to brew a Hefeweizen properly here, so I'm going to buy in one of the best ones I can find.
Right on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
One of them, let's see, right now I've got Texagon is small
Oh,
local
you got
guys.
Texagon?
Yep.
That's rad.
I love
Little collaboration.
Rebecca and Simon. They're really great.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, so between my partner Morgan and I and Rebecca and Simon, we called it Menage a Quad. It's a Belgian quad. So we got to have fun with the beer names, right? What's the point? of
So
owning
many
a brewery
layers.
if you- yeah.
Matthew, that would be a great brewery for you to hit up for the passport. Would be. I know there's by appointment only, but have you been to Texagon?
So sneak peek, we're actually talking to him.
Okay.
Heyo. That's cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool that you have them on tap. I kind of want to try. I've never had anything.
You
from
never had
Texagon.
Texagon?
Yeah, it's boozy. I wanna
It's a
say
quad?
It's
Yeah.
like 14%.
I might just get a little taste.
It's
Yeah.
good. It
Yeah,
is
they
good.
have some good Belgium style beers for
That's
sure.
awesome.
Well, we can split one on the break if you want.
Did y'all brew that here?
We did it at their place
Right on.
because we're a 10-barrel brewery, and I don't need 350 gallons of a 14% beer. We'd be sitting on that for a while.
Yeah.
So what are they, like 2 barrels, something like that? So that was
Yeah.
kind of like the perfect size, and like that's to me that's where collaborations are perfect, where it's
Yeah.
like And we actually we cooked down the candy sugar in house and did the adjunct or what's the invert process. So we made our own Belgian candy sugar for it, and so it was kind of a fun process. He's kind of a mad scientist over there. It's literally his garage and his kitchen is the brewery.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. We
That's
need to
pretty
do
cool.
a podcast. We've
Really-
had conversations.
We did, yeah.
But
we
we
did
were,
talk about it.
Me and Casey, we want to. We might go skydiving before we do that podcast.
Yeah.
Forget the
day of.
connection. Why? But yeah, I definitely want to go to skydiving.
Well, they're
He's a
both
skydiver,
professional
yeah.
skydivers.
That's what it is. Okay.
I think he used to be an instructor. So
Yeah.
I definitely want to go.
We were going to, and then we were talking about like the early months of the year doing it, and they're like, "Oh, we should wait until later in the year if we're going to go skydiving before we do a podcast."
Oh, that's why we postponed it.
Yeah,
Okay. Right on.
but it's. Have you been skydiving?
I have not. That's I'd love to try, but
Yeah,
I've
I
been
want to jump out
twice.
of a plane. I've never done it.
Yeah.
I've been once.
You went once?
It's fun. It doesn't even feel like you're falling. It just feels like you're in front of a big fan. It's weird.
Is that the experience you get at Texagon with the passport? You get to go
every state
skydiving.
comes
with
with a skydive.
Yeah.
Parachute not included.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You're on your own on that one.
Yeah, you got to pay extra for the parachute.
Yeah. That's hilarious. But yeah, no, that's awesome. So what I know you typically when I see you at festivals, you like to bring your Baltic Porter.
I mean,
Is that your baby?
The Baltic Porter is a very rare style, so that was
Yeah.
one of my favorite styles. And as a home brewer, we never really had good temperature control, so I was never really able to get into lagers. So I'm kind of like, especially right now, I'm kind of nerding out on lagers right now. So we're kind of stacked on lagers. The Baltic Porter is just a seasonal one, so that's like wintertime. So I'm actually on the last, like maybe this much left on.
Oh, we
on
might
the
have to get
Baltic.
one then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is delicious. I've had it. Usually I have it whenever we're at an event together. I know at Bloomfest, you and I were neighbors at Bloomfest last year.
It's a cool style, and like again, it's basically it's a lagered version. It's from the Baltic states, so you're looking like Ukraine, Poland area, and so it's kind of got a cool history that they were basically borrowing they liked the English import porters, but they had the brewing traditions of the Germans, so they made it stronger, lagered it. So it's one of those beers that takes like 2 months in a tank. So
wow,
there's a reason why you don't see it very often, because it is kind of commercial suicide to try to produce something that takes that long. And but no, it's kind of a little passion project, and we can afford to do like 1 or 2 of those kind of beers as long as it fits into the brew schedule type of thing.
But I'm assuming you said you're nerding out on lagers. Like your lagers that you're making now probably don't take quite that amount of time.
So we've got quite a bit of fermentation space. Like I said, they really set things up properly here with local group. And so we've got 5 20-barrel tanks and then 2 10-barrel tanks. So I've got quite a bit of fermentation space, and so I try to do everything right. We're trying to do as much natural carbonation as possible, krausening tanks, so reharvesting yeast, and so a lot of it is I don't like biofining. I don't like doing any sort of filtration. And so my beers do take a little bit longer, but you're going to taste the difference, and that it's not going to be stripped off of a lot of those flavors.
This is I don't know. It's just an interesting question, because biofining gets brought up, but I want to know from your perspective why you don't like to do it.
I'm going to get some hate here, so you might need to make some edits on this. But so I mean, to be perfectly blunt, you're putting microplastics into the beer.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be filtered out afterwards. I don't know how many places actually do it. But anytime, just like natural wine, the least amount of interventions possible, you're going to enhance the flavor the most.
Yeah.
Like I much rather let gravity pressure take its time. So, about 3/4 of the way through the fermentation process, we'll close off the blow-off valve, let it increase pressure and naturally carbonate. You get much finer carbonation, softer carbonation, less prickly on your tongue when you do that, and it also helps the sedimentation process. And so you're going to get a much cleaner tasting beer, and you're going to preserve a lot more of the natural flavors that way.
Right.
And so it's more of as long as I can plan ahead and have enough lead time, I'd much rather do it the natural, correct way versus taking shortcuts. And again, nothing against biofining, but there's other better ways to do things as well if you've got the time.
I went over to the bar real quick, and I grabbed like a half pint of the quad from Texagon.
That's like I said, it's a big boy.
That is. That just slapped me in the face. Yeah.
In case you took a sip.
Yeah,
we're always
good.
drinking each other's beers. Brandon, try this. In case you try this.
I don't want to have I don't even want to have half. of that.
You're finished. You're drinking half of that. I'm not drinking that whole thing.
But just to kind of cover this really quick, just for anybody who doesn't realize or understand what biofining is, essentially it speeds up the lagering process. But I don't understand how it works. So if you don't mind kind of explaining just a little bit of what that is.
So don't quote me on all the exact science of it, but basically you're putting in they're small plastic pellets that are charged, and essentially, like, I forget if they're positive or negative charged, but essentially they're gonna bind to they're gonna increase sedimentation. So they're gonna bind to the floating particles, whether it be yeast or hop particles. Everything drops to the bottom, and so it helps. It speeds up the sedimentation clarification process.
Right on.
Yep.
And there are breweries that do it. They don't sometimes like to admit it. And I know. Like personally, at Deca, we don't like to do that. We don't do biofining. But I know some breweries do. And like you said, whenever you're trying to free up tank space and things like that, it can become beneficial for some people.
Yeah, and it's again, there's nothing. Everybody does things differently,
right.
And I'm not gonna. Like I said, I'm sure I'm gonna get some hate for this, but
no, I think you're in alignment with a lot of what I hear a lot of people say, and then there are people that are like, yeah, we speed it up a little bit, but we don't tell anybody, or whatever.
I'm Okay, well, I want to get back to Matthew and the passport. We were talking about it before we started the podcast. We were sitting at the bar, and you asked a question. I said, that's one of those questions I would like to say for the podcast, and was, how did this happen? How did you get here? How did this all come together? Because you're not from craft beer.
Correct. So, I mean, technically, I kind of come from the customer service experience industry, but it all sparked with whenever I would travel. So, like, me and my family will do like road trips, travel Austin, San Antonio, out of state. I've always been like a craft beer nerd, and so one of the first things I would do is say, okay, what breweries are near us, like when we're going. And I started thinking, like, crap, I probably visit more breweries out of Houston than I actually do in Houston. I'm like, that's kind of messed up. I'm like, that'd be cool if there was something to kind of promote that going to the breweries. Because I live in South Houston, so I might not make that drive all the time. But having a passport, again, you kind of turn it into an adventure. And so I started looking at different stuff, like, hey, what is all out there? And there wasn't really anything out there. There's tours. There's like through the city of Houston, like the city brew pass, which is like, hey, you can, like, for 3 days, you can visit these breweries and stuff. And I was like, man, what if there was something that not only promoted to go explore these breweries, but, again, promote the experience, like come back to the breweries, like for Brewery of the Week, or, the perk that they might offer. And so that's where it kind of started as far as like, hey, what can we do for marketing? And there's still a lot more that I want to do. Like, this is just like the early stage of it.
Right on.
Have you ever, and we were talking about the guild meeting this week, it's on Monday. It's at Final Gravity. Have you ever gotten the guild meetings?
No, so that's on my list. So there's a bunch of stuff, the guild, all that. That's going to be like the next steps. Again, just kind of expanding, because right now it's seeing, hey, what's working, what am I getting a response from? I'm checking in with breweries, like, hey, what are y'all seeing? Like, I was just at Saloon Door last night, and just checking in with them, just, hey, what are y'all seeing with passports? How y'all liking it? And so right now I'm just kind of getting that feedback on the most basic version of the passport. And then from there, kind of take it and say, hey, how can we grow? Because again, I look at this as more just marketing and getting that experience. And, things that I want to do are going to be like not only the Brewery of the Week, but I would love to have it to where, like, okay, the H-Town Beer Passport goes out and we'll pick a few different breweries and host like stuff like Mario Kart tournaments.
Right on.
And the winners of those will meet up at another brewery for like the ultimate showdown.
Word. That sounds cool.
And those are considered H-Town Beer Passport events. So like, if let's say we did hold a Mario Kart tournament, if someone came in with their passport, they're going to get that extra stamp in the back for bonus stamps, and that's going to double their chances for that end of year raffle.
So special events is something you're kind of thinking about.
Exactly, and so and like events like that, it's open to everybody. If you're not a passport holder, cool, no worries. Like, come in, let's do some Mario Kart, let's have fun. But if you are a passport holder, hey, get that bonus stamp, and that's going to increase your end of year raffle chances.
I'll play some Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I think Megaton would be a good spot for that too.
No, for sure. And so, and again, those are just ideas that I'm trying to do. It's not only am I promoting the breweries, but the experience we're giving back. Haven't said this yet, but the website we're saying it to where 10% of all sales is going back to some type of charity. Right now
awesome.
we're actually giving back to the Houston Food Bank, but that can always change. If someone said, hey, you know what, my cousin was really sick and this place took really good care of them, they do a donation place, let's do that. I'm always for sticking as local as possible,
Right.
And again, these are things that I did in my past jobs. Like whenever I ran a gym, we would do different charity events like that, but we wouldn't just donate to anybody. We'd actually donate to a person maybe who's going through like, chemo or stuff like that. And so that's what we want is, again, focusing on the community, promoting experience, but hey, where can we give back?
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. I love it. I do. Yeah, and it's funny because like we kicked around at ideas of like having some sort of scavenger hunt kind of puzzle thing. We've thrown the idea back and forth between just like our north side breweries, like us two, Megaton, Deca, Final Gravity, and then if we can pull Backview into it, that'd be great.
Backview, yeah,
but have
we're
like
all
some sort of a
vicinity
puzzle
from each
thing.
other.
So like you're just trying to kind of like get everybody to involved and also get people to visit these other places that
Exactly. And so, and that's what I like about this whole idea is it's year long, to where it's, hey, you're not in a rush to try to get all these stamps. It's like, hey, you can take your time, have fun with it, explore it. If you would like a place, hey, I'm going back to that. Just like
I guess that's the big difference between it and like a Murky Myers, which is you have the month of October to
Right.
do
It's a short. Yeah, it's a short one.
I'm surprised no label on the list. Have you talked to Tom?
it. Sort of back and forth. I just need to go up there. I know he's a busy guy.
He's a busy guy.
I know. So there's a lot of breweries that I've reached out to, and I know a lot of them. It's gonna be hard to get back. Get that communication just because they're so busy. And so that's why I told myself, hey, once this passport hits at least 10, we'll launch it. And we hit 14. I'm like, oh, awesome, let's launch it. And I'm kind of letting like the word of mouth kind of take over. Other breweries are reaching out saying, hey, tell me more. Tell me, what about this? What about that? And so it's growing. As it grows more and other breweries can see, okay, what's this about? This is a real thing. Let's talk more.
Would you ever go outside Houston, maybe Austin, Dallas?
So that's a great question. It depends on kind of where it goes because, I've talked to some breweries and like the owners, they're like, oh, you should do Beaumont, you should do this. I'm like, I don't know how far I want to go out yet just because it's year one,
Right.
And again, that would be really exciting because then we're promoting, because a true craft beer lover is like, heck yeah, I'm gonna go out there. Just like I said, whenever I go to San Antonio or Dallas, I'm always looking at like, hey, what breweries are near me. So it's definitely been a thought. It's kind of like, okay, let's see how year one goes with just the Houston base, and let's kind of go from there.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
Yeah.
I love hearing people, like we get to talk to beer people like Dave who have built this awesome thing from their imagination, and I like to hear people when they talk about their thing, like, what's the future? What do you want this to be? So what do you want this to be?
For sure. So again, going back to that experience, that marketing, I would love to see the passport grow where more and more breweries, like there's 20, 25 breweries in there. And every year people are looking forward to the next year passport. Like, I'm getting this, and people are showing off their collection of each year passports. But the whole giving back, I want to get to the point where we're going to where we're doing charity events, marketing, experience. Like, there's this one idea I have. If anybody wants to steal it, cool. Just let me help out. But I think it'd be so cool because I'm kind of like a nerd when it comes to like stuff like pairing. Like, whenever I eat some like a certain type of food, I'm like, oh, this would be really good in October next to the fire. Just that experience. And so I thought it'd be so cool is like if we had like a brewery festival. Let's say there's 8 to 10 breweries, but each brewery picked either like if they have their own food or a food truck to pair up with. And you go to the festival, you get like a small taster glass, and you go to each one. Well, each station only serves one beer, and that food truck only serves one like little bite-sized food that pairs with that beer.
Oh, right on.
So it's a pairing experience at each station. So not only get to know the breweries and what they're known for, but some of these food trucks are paired with them. And again, going back to that experience.
That's
Okay.
cool. That is really cool. Hell yeah.
It sounds interesting.
I'm all about food and beer togetherness. I like that.
No, and I love like when people do pairings. There's this one brewery up in Dallas. Unfortunately, they closed, but they'd always have like a wing flight pairing. So you get a flight of beers, but they'd pair it with a different flavor of
That's
wings.
awesome.
Well, I'm disappointed that I can't go.
Yeah. You just have to make your own. No, that's really cool. Yeah, but there's so many breweries in Houston that you could tackle on to this before you spread out. So I think that's smart.
He's got some good ones. You
yeah.
said Mad Llama. I love Mad. We went to Mad Llama after we did the podcast.
We
at Frank
sure did.
Ball's 2 weeks ago or whatever.
didn't
it was.
need to, but we
3
did.
weeks- Yeah, we didn't need to. that was a good day.
Yeah.
Of course, Megaton, Deca. So glad to be on that list. Final Gravity. Our buddy Ted over there. Gristworkz. Did you say? I don't know because I know that I don't know if we said, but Gristworkz. We're right in the middle of like Bad Astronaut, St. Arnold right now.
Oh, the location, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
craft beer like
It's a
street right here.
prime spot for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
we're walking distance to St. Arnold and Bad Astronaut, and just over the bridge you got Frosttown, Eighth Wonder. You
Yeah.
know, R.I.P. True Anomaly used to be right there.
rest in
but
peace.
Yeah.
all that.
Did,
And
bummer.
H Town Brewing's right up Main Street there too.
H-Town, yeah. So have you talked to St. Arnold or Bad Astronaut at all?
So again, I've reached out to them,
Yeah.
and I'll reach out to them multiple ways: call, email. I'm trying to get to that point where like, hey, I don't want to be harassing, you know, sort of thing. So again, that's why I said, hey, once we hit a certain amount of breweries, we can actually launch this and kind of get that word of mouth. Then I'll reach back out again, hopefully getting that response of, oh yeah, I saw your passport, or I saw someone talking about that. Let's talk, sort of thing.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. I really like what you're doing, man. You're not going to drink any more of this quad.
I'll have some, just not right this second.
Take a
I wanna
sip.
finish this
Take a
first.
sip of this quad.
You see why I didn't want to make 350 gallons of that?
Yes. Good Lord.
It's like it's a good dessert.
So how is it served? Like what size?
That one comes in a tulip.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's still what is it, 13-ounce tulip? So it's still
Oh,
pretty.
okay.
Try, Matthew?
That's still a good amount.
There we go. Help me
Substantial
drink
amount.
this.
And it's I like how it like I usually my personal palate is more drier side of things.
Oh,
so I'm
He's taking some gulps.
That
Love
one
it.
definitely
Appreciate
came out
that.
more towards the dry side of a quad.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you definitely got all those like fig, prune,
Yeah.
like dark, deep red
Kind of
fruit
those
type
fruits,
of flavors.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of bold flavor in there. That's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It is really
Some
good.
pow
though.
pow.
Really love Texagon. They're not far from here either, are they?
He's in or well, they I should say are trying to remember the street, but they're basically midtown.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's mad scientist. Like it's out of his house, and he's got bees on the roof. He's
does.
They do their own honey, which is awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
No,
That's
they're really,
awesome.
They're really great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to go check. What's their names?
Simon and Rebecca.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. No, they're awesome. They definitely inspired me. Going out there and hanging out with. There's so much to them. Like they are thrill seekers. They pulled out a book and showed me a picture. Me and my wife pictures of them going to this place. And I think it was Alaska or something like that, where they have grizzly bears just like walking around. And the grizzly bears are so well fed because the river has like plenty of fish. So they don't mess with the humans at all. And so there's just pictures of them like taking selfies with grizzly bears.
Bears.
And stuff. Yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
I'm like, y'all are crazy.
I wouldn't put it past him to wrestle one just for fun. I think him and Steve Irwin would have been good friends like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's cool.
Well, we are 45 minutes into this podcast. We've gotten detailed into H-Town Beer Passport. We've talked about Gristworkz. We have a lot to talk about.
We do have a lot to talk about, but I don't know if you want to take a break now and then get to those things.
No, I don't want to. I do want to take a break, but we got 15 minutes when we have so many topics. Do you want to get into one of those?
We can. I mean, I know we kind of brushed over Eighth Wonder a while ago, and
We can talk about Eighth Wonder.
yeah, I feel like that's a good one to kind of end this segment on. But yeah, just basically that they from what I read, they're suing their landlord for essentially trying to push them out during all this World
Before
Cup
the World Cup, yeah, before
business
the World-
going on.
on Ito over there.
Yeah, I don't really know much other details other than that's kind of a hot topic right now. One of them.
Yeah, I mean, so the World Cup's in June. Like, I think that's what, like
Starts in June.
It's like June. Starts at June 11th. I think we have like 5 or 6 games here, matches.
I think it's 6 matches. Yeah.
6 matches, and they're expecting Eighth Wonder to just pack up and get out before that.
Or that's the way it seems. I don't know.
It's everywhere. It's all over in the news. I
Yeah.
don't know if Eighth Wonder's actually commented on it.
I don't know. I just know that from what we read that they're trying to sue their landlord for this, which I mean, it's weird, man, because like I used to rent a practice studio over there, Francisco's, right behind Eighth Wonder, and they're having issues too. I don't rent a space there anymore, so I'm not 100% sure of what's all going on, but they're enforcing like parking passes now to rent this practice studio for musicians and artists. And it makes sense because it's just an open parking lot, so anybody that's going to the World Cup could just park there. So they're having it monitored now, and I'm hearing that there's rumors that there's more struggles beyond that I'm not fully aware of, but just that this World Cup stuff in the Ito is kind of changing things. There's also a lot of construction over there that they're trying
So
to.
much construction. They're trying to like fix everything up last minute before
It's hurting a lot of the businesses over there, and I know that they have to expand 59, but it's just kind of sandwiched in with all this World Cup stuff. So it's kind of an odd
it's Eighth Wonder. Like, say whatever you want about it. It's one of the original like Houston craft breweries that kind of was pushing out product. Now they're more THC focused.
Yeah.
But I liked what they did back in the day. I still will get a Rocket Fuel every once in a while. We were just up there a couple weeks ago.
We visited there after the Farm Boy podcast and had a couple beers, watched some live music, had a great time. The beers were solid.
Yeah,
They were fine.
They're trying to get out there and put more. I've run into a rep that was out there pushing beers. It does feel like things have gone downhill a little bit since the Beatles statues came down. Yeah. What? Why are you laughing?
That was the missing link. It's the
I don't know. I'm
statues.
just saying. Ever since that happened, it seems like is Eighth Wonder going to move or?
Yeah, I don't know. I know.
What do y'all think?
I mean, I don't have anything to add other than hearsay, and I hate
Right.
to armchair quarterback anyone else's stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously there's a lot of things that are said that
We could lose Eighth Wonder
Yeah.
as a brewery in Houston, and I mean, they
yeah.
were one of the OGs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there. I mean, obviously there's a lot of stuff going around, and there are things I've heard in confidence that I'm not going to repeat. But
Okay.
it's
That's fair.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think with the THC kind of going through a rigmarole, I think that's probably caused them some issues as well.
Yeah, that's the whole. So we actually carry their THC seltzer as one of our guest taps.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and we do the Ocho Verde as like a mocktail.
I like
Nice.
some Ocho Verde.
Yeah, and so all the recent stuff, like the licensing for retailers went from I think it was like $155 a year to $3,000 a year.
I thought it was more than that.
The manufacturer. Well, originally it was going to be 5 and 10. The manufacturing, I think, the manufacturing facility is $5,000 per year just to produce the stuff.
Right.
And so the whole thing, like, I can get in all the weeds on this, but basically it got rolled into TABC now, and so TABC officers are enforcing all that. So we got all our stuff renewed right before the price increase, so we're good to go until spring of next year.
Probably not going to renew.
We'll see. I mean, it's a nice to
big
have,
difference.
but it's frankly, it's probably like 0.5% of our total sales. I might go through a keg of that stuff once a month, 1.5 a month.
I
type
think
of
it
thing.
was like going wild. People were going to bars and ordering THC products, younger people, but
Yeah.
I feel like the more we move into 2026, people are going back to beer. I mean, that being said, I'm talking about what's impacting my sales and your sales out there in the world for our prospective breweries. But we've lost a couple breweries this year, and some breweries aren't even doing distribution anymore.
Right.
So I feel like more beer ordering has happened in 2026 than 2025.
Yeah, I mean, I know that
For me personally.
Yeah.
For a megaton.
I know that it did seem like whenever THC was hitting the market, like there was an influx of people consuming it, and it seems to have slowed down a little bit.
I feel like it's slowed down a little bit.
But,
some places are talking about not making it anymore. I know. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, but I know that some of these breweries. There's Spindle Tap, Eureka Heights, Back Pew, Eighth
Yeah.
Wonder. They all make THC.
I also know that there's people fighting against this whole like charging that amount of money to renew your license is insane,
Ridiculous.
So there is some fight against it. So people are kind of also waiting to see if something. I don't know how permanent or how much of a
I mean, within 4 hours of the legislation going into effect, there were injunctions in place, and so it's all being contested right now.
Right.
And so yeah, we'll see where it plays out. I don't really have much of a dog in the fight because again, we don't produce it, and I don't know if we even could since we have a liquor license and everything. We're like the main rule for us is we can't combine it with alcohol. So I can give you a shot of tequila on the side, and here's your seltzer. You can do with it what you will, but
Right.
I can't combine it.
Right.
And again, for us, it's just kind of the no veto vote. If you got your wife or girlfriend or somebody with you that doesn't drink beer, it's like we got something for you, so you're not just sitting there drinking root beer while they're having a good time.
right,
So,
absolutely,
yeah. So it's kind of an add-on. It's not a huge portion of our business.
yeah.
I got a good transition for this conversation into what you're saying. I know there's you can't just have regular distribution or self-distribution and have a liquor license and have. Can you explain the legality of that to me?
Yeah, so there's basically in Texas, you've got production breweries and brew pubs. Brew pubs are limited to under 10,000 barrels of production, which, basically everybody except for like St. Arnold Carbach fall under. So vast majority of the breweries that have opened in the last, 10, 12 years have opened with the brew pub license, and even some that originally opened as breweries transitioned it to a brew pub license. If you're under a brew pub license, that gives you the self-distribution and the on-premise sales. It doesn't require that you have a kitchen or anything like that. But basically, it also allows us to hold a mixed beverage permit. The mixed beverage permit is kind of the top of that's the umbrella that all of our other permits fall under. So that's why we're allowed to do a full liquor license as well as produce. We have to forego the self-distribution as a mixed beverage holder. So we do go through Favorite Brands as our distribution. But we're able to, like I said, sell our product on site. If you have a birthday party, bachelor party this weekend, I can sell you a keg directly, but you can't go and resell that. So I can't sell directly to a bar, or you can't sell tickets to your event, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you, if it were legal to do both at the same time, produce THC and have a liquor license, would you make THC drinks?
Again, it's not a huge portion of our business. It's super fast. It's very cheap, and that's why a lot of companies are going towards that route. It's a growing field right now, and for us, I don't think it would be worthwhile to transition the business by any means, but
Right.
I'd have fun with it. You basically just get a bucket of drugs and dump it in a bright tank and carb it up and add some fruit flavor.
Add some flavor, yeah.
Yeah, it literally takes as long as it takes to carbonate. Like it's like a 2-day turnaround on something like that versus weeks or months for the brewing process.
Right, yeah.
Any plans to do an H-Town THC passport? I'm just kidding.
all doors are open. This is why whenever I was planning out the name of it, I called it the beer passport, not the brewery passport, so that in case there are options, like let's just say, for example, Thistle Draft says, hey, this is really cool. We want to kind of be on it. Heck yeah, because it's, even though they're not a brewery, they still do a lot of the same stuff. The trivia night, they take care of their beer just like it was their own sort of thing,
yeah.
And so that's what we're trying to shoot for, is, again, those experiences. Not, yes, brewery first, but then stuff like them, that'd be perfect.
Right, yeah. I think that's awesome. I think because there's so many spots like that we talk about all the time, that like Thistle and D&T we talked about earlier, and
Hop Scholar, Heights Beer Garden, Bayou Heights, Moon Tower.
Yeah, these spots that are like dedicated still to craft beer and
Nobi,
the local scene.
the Nobies.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we are right at 57 minutes. Y'all want to go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back in a couple minutes?
I'm ready to get some snacks.
Yeah, we'll come back. There's so much
empty.
to talk
I need
about.
I need
still.
a refill. I'm getting
We'll be
thirsty
right
over
back.
here.
Thank you so much for listening to episode 27, Beer
28.
Someone podcast.
To 28.
28. I said 28 earlier, though.
I think you did.
I always do that. Yeah, 28. We're talking H-Town Beer Passport. We're talking Gristworkz. And I know we want to come back. We're going to talk about Platypus. We're going to talk about B-52,
1152.
11 Below, Fortress situation. So stay tuned. We'll be back after this ad break. Bye. Are you someone who loves beer and is looking for a bigger home so you have more room for that beer? Are you looking to move closer to your favorite brewery or bottle shop? Whatever the reason, you need to call Hugh Height, the Texas Beer Realtor. Hugh is a craft beer fan looking to help out his fellow hopheads any way he can with their real estate needs. That's Hugh Height, TexasBeerRealtor.com or 281-939-8182. Hello, and welcome to Spider Games. A few years ago, I started selling a couple video games on eBay. Now I'm selling video games of all generations, retro toys, and anything I think's cool. I'm a top-rated seller because I package well and I take care of my customers. Check out my store on eBay. It's called Spider Games. Do you have any old video games sitting around? I buy video games of all generations, and I pay better than the game stores. If you do, email me at spidergamesebay@gmail.com.
I'm also known as DJ Sino. You can find me at least a couple of different breweries or craft beer bars throughout the month hosting the best music bingo in all of Houston. We'll be sharing those shenanigans right here on the Beer Someone podcast.
F your liver, the game that will have you salute the general, and then say the alphabet backwards, and then elect the president, and then bust a move, and then throw a ninja star, and then shoot your finger gun, and then roar like a T-Rex, and then freeze like ice, and then karate chop, and then bust a rhyme, and then bet on a horse race, and then spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and then make your buddy laugh. Don't touch the ground because the floor is lava. Tell a story. Eat my lips. Just grab 3 to 20 friends, a drink of your choice, shuffle and flip the top card, and let the chaotic hilarity unfold. F your liver, a game worth drinking to.
Beer Someone listeners, are you thinking about buying, selling, or leasing a home? If so, you need to call Hugh Height, the Texas Beer Realtor. Hugh knows hops and Hugh knows houses, and he can help you with all your real estate needs. That's TexasBeerRealtor.com or 281-939-8182.
I gotta frame myself between my.
Get your good angle.
Yep, exactly.
You're in it, Dave. We're live.
All right.
What is this
awesome.
that you poured for us?
Welcome back, guys. So, cheers to the second half here. We made some little snackery shots. So this is a baby daiquiri. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We were just
Roast
talking.
Joe.
Okay. Sweet. Cheers.
You gotta do the little baby beer mug here.
I like
Spilled
that.
all over my equipment.
I'm not gonna try it right now. I'm gonna.
It's a good sipper or a shot. So.
That's a great little. All right. Yeah. There
By
we
the way,
go.
this is how you get kicked out of Anvil. So don't do it at Anvil.
I can do it.
I spelt all over the Roadcaster.
Oh,
I saw that.
expensive toys.
And yourself. That was fucking good. Yeah.
Tasty.
Good lord. That's nice and citrusy. I like that.
Fresh lime.
So I wasn't paying attention because I was messing with my Roadcaster. What did I just take a shot of? A margarita shot?
Snackery, a baby daiquiri.
Baby daiquiri.
Actually, sorry. Pause 1 sec. I'm going to turn the music down just a touch so we can hear ourselves.
We can
think here.
keep going.
Are we
We
good?
can keep
Okay.
going.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Casey. So I know we wanted to talk about that clip I released 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
So we just did a podcast with Frankenbolts, our friends at Frankenbolts, Shay and Chuck. Really great. Had so much fun. Such a great experience doing a podcast at Frankenbolts.
Yeah. No, we had a great time.
And I'll tell you what, the Frankenbolts regulars came out to support the podcast.
Big time. Yeah. No, it was really cool.
I loved all the sharing of the
Lot of
social
love.
media. A lot of love. Great crowd. Great beers. Great time. There was a clip we released of us talking about St. Arnold.
Well, I was talking about it. Just basically, I'll leave it at this. It maybe shed a little bit of negative light on St. Arnold, and
I don't think that because even in the clip, I thought they were super they're like, we love y'all. We're just saying
They
that
did
y'all
clarify.
y'all aren't small like we're small. I think that's what they were trying to say. But
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's when things like that happen, we have to kind of address it. I think it's important to address it and say that we don't necessarily agree with everything that everyone says on the podcast. If they start to get
this
opinionated,
is their podcast when we record with them.
And
It's
we're
their
just here to talk.
opportunity to get we're
Get
having
their-
a conversation.
right?
So don't What I'm trying to say is we talked to a couple people and it was kind of looked upon negatively. I heard maybe even Brock saw it.
Possibly, that was the rumor, but
Yeah.
we don't know. So I
We
mean,
don't know.
We definitely love St. Arnold. So like,
I love St. Arnold. I'm in St. Arnold all the time. He brought his St. Arnold glasses today.
I love St. Arnold.
Yeah. No, we're fans. We're down the street from St. Arnold right now. We're at
We're really like a
Gristworkz.
stone's throw. So
Yeah, it's we're like 2 minutes away.
Yeah, I mean, the brewing industry is so collaborative. Like, our closest neighbor, Bad Astronaut, they're literally 2 blocks away.
They're right there. This is a great little section for craft beer. If you want to hit 3 of my favorite breweries in Houston, you can do it all at once between St. Arnold, Bad Astronaut, and Gristworkz right here.
Yeah, and kind of back to the it being such a collaborative industry. It's not about brewing beer together, even as much as just Rocky. Anytime I need something, he needs to borrow a CO2 tank. I need to borrow, my yeast.
That's how we are.
Work, and,
We do, between Deca and Megaton, they share stuff.
John at Frosttown, I work with him a lot. Hey, we just bought a bunch of chemicals together, and it's save on shipping. So let's just get a pallet of chemicals together. Split a pallet of grain.
That's so
whatever.
awesome.
That is cool.
It's. People are just like, oh, well, what's it like having Bad Astronaut next door? Are they, your competitors? No, they're good friends. We trade beer all the time. I mean, frankly, Rocky's probably finishing up his brew day right about now, so I'm kind of half expecting to see him pop in here for a beer afterwards.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I mean, we both, we
if
work
he
very
does
well
walk
together.
in, I will gladly give up my seat for a minute to get him an opportunity to talk.
Let me text him right now and see what he's up to.
Right on. That'd be awesome. That'd be really cool.
So yeah, just want to end the conversation that we love St. Arnold. We're fans of St. Arnold. We're friends with a lot of people that work at St. Arnold. So we'd love to do a podcast with St. Arnold in the future.
Absolutely, we would. Yeah, no, I'm a big supporter of St. Arnold. I don't know how much Art Car I've drank in my life. I've drank a lot.
I still drink Art Car occasionally, yes.
It's my favorite St. Arnold beer.
It's my favorite
St. Arnold was my first craft beer that I ever tried. It was Alyssa.
I was going to say that. We almost kind of need St. Arnold's of the world because to me, it's kind of that gateway drug. You can find them everywhere. And same thing. My very first craft beer was Oktoberfest, St. Arnold Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of got me into it. I was like, oh, what's this? What's this? And I started drinking more St. Arnold. And then I was like, oh, man, there's actually other places that brew craft beer. So St. Arnold is technically what got me into craft beer.
There's an argument for if there was no St. Arnold, then there would be none of these local breweries. It kind of paved the way for a lot of people in the industry now from the other surrounding big breweries started at St. Arnold.
That's very true. Yeah,
They absolutely most of the guys that own their own breweries and run their brewmasters around the city, around the state. A lot of them came from the St. Arnold program. Sam Wright, I worked with him at Holler. He was the former head brewer at Southern Star. He was, I believe, he was either shift lead or he was one of the higher end brewers at St. Arnold for a while. Worked with him at Holler. Brought him on here initially to, basically teach me what I didn't know on things. So he taught me. And then he went on and bought Astral and did North Shepherd. So I mean, it's a very small community. So there's no burning bridges. I mean, it's a small community. We all know each other, and so no sense in shitting where you eat type of thing.
100%.
I agree. I mean, I agree with that.
Other things we could talk about. Platypus is closing. That happened. I think right after we did that podcast.
Are they closing? Or are they moving?
Yes, they're moving, but they're becoming something new. So I think it's safe to say Platypus is closing because are they going to be a brewery? Are they going to be brewing their own stuff at all? Are they they're going to be a brew pub that makes food?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, it's it was announced about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I mean, one thing that was interesting was it was posed as a closing. Like they were closing, but then there goes the rumor
the big
mill, right?
long message that comes up social media. It's always super long. The moment you see it, you're like, oh no, it's just the bad news post.
Yeah.
And they posted one. And it was a book, and I will say, I we were talking about before, take a stand. It's not really much of a stand. I don't think Platypus was making the best beer. Especially on their way out, they had their.
I hadn't gone in so long.
They had their day in the sun where we were talking about. There was a short little while they were good, but it was kind of downhill from there.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Last time I was there,
saying anything controversial.
it was there was like a bike run thing that you could do. It was right after COVID. It was like maybe 2021, maybe even could have been 2020, but like late. I don't know. I feel like we were still social distancing or something like that.
Yeah.
Supposed to be anyway. But I remember doing this bike tour, and I started at Holler, and then it was at Platypus, and then I went to, I know Eureka Heights was part of it.
Sounds like a fun bike tour.
It was really cool. And then like you got a glass at the end of it, but I took a little detour and stayed at Chris for about an hour and ate and drank there, and then finished the rest of it. And they were like, sorry, we're out of glasses. And I was like, shit.
That sucks.
But yeah, no, like that was the last time I was at Platypus, and I remember enjoying, I think I had a sour and it was good. It was fine,
Yeah.
but that was a long time ago.
Speaking of food, Dave just brought us out like a spread of awesomeness.
It was really awesome. Everything
Yeah.
was delicious. Yeah.
Very delicious.
Yeah.
Really appreciate.
I'm a
that, man.
pizza guy, so I really enjoyed the pizza the most. The wings, though,
Wings
and
are
talking
good.
about the process of the wings was really informative. I was like, man, I might try that.
What's
little-
the process of the wings?
if you care to share?
Yeah,
science.
so again, I didn't invent this, but again, when I was working at Hay Merchant, I kind of borrowed the process from Chris Shepard. But there's some magic that goes on when you smoke. So it's dry rubbed first, then you smoke them, so they're fully cooked in the smoker. And there's a little bit of magic that happens when you the collagen expands, and then when you're done smoking them, we throw them in the fridge. Let them chill back down, and that collagen has a chance to relax, and so it gives you a more juicy and more of a crisp bite to the wing. And so then we pull them out, fry them, and so it enables us to serve them a lot quicker when we're in a big rush. We got 100 chicken wings going out in 10 minutes, whatever. But it
You
also
said 2 minute ticket, like 2 minutes on a order of wings.
I mean, don't quote me on that when we get busy. But no,
But you're flash frying them, so they're already cooked and
Yep,
good to go.
exactly. And as opposed to a product where you're just going like from the freezer to the fryer, you're going to plunge your temperature in the fryer. So I can nerd out on the food side too. But so anyway, yeah, it's they made the best chicken wings in town. And again, R.I.P. Hay Merchant. That was one that near and dear to all of us, I'm sure. But yeah, so that was my attempt to kind of trying to revive that. We haven't done the peanut butter and jelly wings yet, so that might be down the line.
All right.
I'm not
Sounds
sure about
cool.
the pig ears.
So peanut butter and jelly wings are coming, is what you're saying.
The OG. I'm a fan of like a satay sauce. You go to Huey's and get that peanut sauce with your spring rolls.
Yeah.
Shout out to Huey's.
Yeah.
Put a little sriracha and satay sauce together.
Yeah.
That's kind of
That sounds awesome.
that's one of my favorites.
Is there a way for us to incorporate craft beer bars? We named a bunch of them earlier, Huey's included now, into the beer passport. Is that something we're thinking about
No,
doing?
absolutely. That door is wide open because, again, it's H-Town Beer Passport versus Brewery Passport.
Yeah.
And they support breweries just as much as breweries would.
Have you
know?
talked to Channing at Nobi? Have you talked to Philip at Huey's?
So haven't talked to them yet because, again, we're kind of starting off small. Like, I haven't reached out to any non-breweries yet.
If you need any contacts, please reach out. I have them all.
For sure. And like I said, and I see this kind of growing and growing and growing, But yeah, it basically, let's call it phase one was, hey, let's work with these breweries that have been able to reach back out and then kind of grow from there. And again, it's going to be a lot of word of mouth, kind of organic. Like people see the bright orange passport, it's like, oh man,
We could do some of the food pairing you were talking about earlier with some of these places because a lot of them serve food.
Yeah.
No, and that's the thing is
Nobi, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Nobi's
Huey, oh
awesome.
my God. Really, that's just two of the greatest. Moon Tower, the Heights and Bayou Beer Garden.
Yeah. Hell, I started making food at the brewery.
That's right. I've been seeing that post. I was going to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
So it's
He makes really good food.
Thank you.
I swung
It-
by
Brandon,
last
Brandon
week
does
and
come
got
and
some-
support, which I really appreciate that.
Always. I love your cooking. We used to, when we first started this podcast, he'd be like, hey, when we get home, you'd be like, I'm going to make you this sandwich. And he would just tell me about, tell me about the
It
sandwich.
was before I actually did the pop-up thing at DECA,
Yeah.
and
I got to try
I
a
was
lot of the
testing
early
things
stuff.
out. Yeah. And
If
so-
y'all haven't, this is a big ad for him. If you haven't supported Casey's Kitchen, it's
Wednesday nights at DECA every Wednesday, so
Yeah.
I'm there, and it changes monthly. As of right now, things kind of shift as they shift. So like we're not a hard press. Like it has to change immediately every month. We did sandwiches for 2 months, and then I just started doing a taco menu, doing tacos, chips, salsa guac, all that stuff. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing salads kind of once we get to the warmer months, and then I'm going to circle back around to sandwiches. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And whenever you brought up the pairing thing with the passport deal, that would be really cool to collaborate with that and kind of come up with some sort of
That would be
a
cool.
pairing type of thing.
But
But it would
all boils down to that experience.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
it's like you're gonna walk away with a memory of like, oh yeah, I remember when I went to this brewery and ate that
Right.
food with this beer. It's like, oh, that was so good.
Create a memory.
Yeah.
I love it. That's kind of my stance on the brewery scene. Like and we talk about it all the time. It's all these different elements. It's kind of the vibe, the atmosphere. It's the beer itself, of course. And
yeah, beer has to be good.
yeah.
And then like whenever we talk about food,
The customer service. That's the third little.
and that's
piece of
another
it.
thing too.
Yeah.
You know, you when you hire your food trucks or food vendors, you got to make sure that they're kind of like taking care of their people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've had run-ins with food trucks that were not friendly, and they end up not coming back.
New slogan: H-Town Beer Passport, creating memories one stamp at a time.
Let's do it.
I like it.
Yeah, let's go.
I like it.
Okay. Well, y'all want to go through a round of F Your Liver? I brought the deck to this time.
F your liver.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I got picked out some of my favorite cards. I'm gonna shuffle them all together.
Did you put the streaking one in there?
The streaking one is not in
Okay.
here, unfortunately. So we're not gonna get
He's
to
not
see
bold
if,
enough to put it in there
Dave
yet.
Hot Boy Summer.
We
all
don't
over the
we don't have
brewery.
any minors in the building at the moment, so I think we're okay. So.
So while I'm shuffling this, so every year y'all do a calendar, right?
Yes, so we haven't done the calendar yet this year, but we
Can
we
me and
team-
Casey be in it?
I mean, that's definitely
We-
you
can
gotta
we-
you gotta
can we get
match
a
the
month?
vibes though.
Beer someone, yeah.
Because if you do the calendar, we will put on the Speedos or whatever we need to put on. So
Simon was in the last one. You
Simon
know,
would be a good calendar boy.
in Borat, the big old slingshot G-string. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
He was.
Did he
Talking
really?
about
Yes.
Simon,
The
from
lime green?
Texagon.
There were
Hell yeah.
there were quite a few photos that were not not fit for print. We'll say.
So you have an organization, right? What's the organization again?
So that was with the
With the whole calendar.
so last year we did it with the Space City Rugby guys. They're
Okay.
like the gay rugby team here in town, and they play all over. It's actually an international thing. They've got.
I saw
their-
pictures from the photo shoot on Instagram, and it was wild.
Yes. The ones that were fit for print.
Yeah.
There's an XXX calendar out there.
Yep.
Is there?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my. I'm like, well, me and Casey, we want to not be in the XXX one, but we wouldn't mind being in it. Casey's like, bring
Depends
it on.
on how many beers we have that day.
We have been thinking about starting a Beer Someone OnlyFans if you want to support.
right? Yeah.
But
Pouring beer on your feet.
That would be, I'd be down. If that's all it takes.
but yes, if y'all do a calendar in 2026, can we get a page?
Sure thing. We'll make
Yeah.
it happen.
Beer someone, what month would we be?
July.
The hottest month? Hottest hot boy summer?
Hot boy summer.
Is it the hottest month or is it September? Anyway.
My birthday
yeah.
month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Extra
Get
hot.
an action
hot
shot
boy.
of Casey tapping a keg, but it actually spews on him. His hair's blowing back.
Well, so
And
I
I'm like
actually-
trying to hold him back.
I rigged up a keg last year with just big hose and had like a fire hose attachment to it, and we're just like spraying foamy beer everywhere. So
That would be
was,
fun.
that was with the car wash.
Was that your idea?
Yeah,
Doing all
so
that?
I was polite about it. I pulled the keg out the night before, so at least it wasn't frigid cold, but
There
it
you
was
go.
extra foamy.
No, I mean like the whole hot boy summer like kind of like concept of the calendar and
No, I love it. I thought it was great promoting.
Well, I mean, hot girls have their thing, so it's like, all right, well, don't leave the boys out. So
I love it.
It
I
got
think it's
so
awesome.
much attention, man. Like you need to do that all the time.
like you said, what's the point of owning a brewery if you can't have fun with the names and be
For
a
sure.
little?
No, the photo shoots were great. It was so good.
Yeah, no, it was great. I love the concept.
I just want to be involved next time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we just want,
We'll
just
put out
be
a
invited.
casting call.
I know we had a conversation at some point about doing a podcast with you on. I said, but can we do it when the Hot Boy Summer group is out there in the background?
Definitely talked about this.
We did. I know we talked. It was at New Magnolia. It was at their beer fest they did last year. We had a conversation.
Bloomfest. Which I'm excited. Supposedly,
is it happening again?
Supposedly, he was wanting to make it at put it at a different venue, but a bigger place. But we don't know where that would be at all. So
okay,
I'm hoping that that's still coming to fruition. Hoping. I hung out with Shane from New Magnolia a lot after Lagerfest. I mean, him and I just kind of like hung out after the whole thing was over, and had a lot of cool stories to tell each other. So it was fun.
Shane's a good guy. Yeah.
I don't really know if I don't think we talked about that specifically, but last I heard, that was the deal, was that Bloomfest is going to happen again, but maybe at a different location.
I think that's what he always wanted it to be. He said it. We did a podcast with him. We talked about it. He said during that podcast, I'm pretty sure he said that New Magnolia was to get it started, but it was something he wanted to pass. It's going to go from brewery to brewery.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that he's sticking to it. But where's it going to be next? It's been a year, so I guess it's time. I just passed you a card, but we can talk about brewology as we're playing the game.
Oh yeah.
I think. But what's your card you got?
Drink again. The last player to drink has to drink
Here,
again.
give me that card back. That doesn't work. That doesn't work for a first card.
It's a card you gave me.
It's a bad card to start with.
Why'd you pick it?
Yeah, Casey, why'd you fucking do that?
Because it was handed to me. Social. Everyone drinks. Cheers.
Cheers. That's a good way to start it. Where's my beer? Here. I'm almost out of beer.
We're
My hot boy summer.
There we go. The last swallow.
I need another beer.
Yeah, we might have to pause for a sec here. Let's get some refills going.
Well, you know what? We'll talk about brewsology.
Nice. I like that.
Cool.
I just need a beer, but brewsology.
I'll take
Yeah.
Dad bod.
Houston Museum of Natural Science.
I'll take whatever you want to bring me. All right. Dad bod. Yeah, the Brewsology Beer Festival, Houston Museum of Natural Science, like you said. I think it's the biggest craft beer festival of the year in Houston. I don't see a bigger craft beer event than this festival. It's at the museum, so meaning you can go and check out exhibits, but there's also 80 something local, not just Houston breweries, but Texas breweries.
I know it's a lot. I don't know how many exactly, but I know it's like over
previous
50.
years it's been around 80. I don't know if it's 80 this year, but they will have Pint House is going. I saw Pint House is going.
It's 3 floors of breweries.
I've participated in some way or another the last 5 years. My first year just being a spectator, but in my second year representing a back view. And this is going to be my 3rd year representing Megaton.
Nice. This will be my 3rd year with DECA, my 3rd time going. And it's a lot of fun. Last year, I got there earlier than everyone. And I was on the first floor, which was really cool. I mean, it's great to be on the 2nd and 3rd because you're kind of in the exhibits.
Not 3rd, 4th. It's first, second,
you're right,
4th.
You're right.
Yeah.
There is a 4th. There's nothing on the 3rd floor.
So this year we have to pour our own beers as representatives of the brewery. Which is gonna be it's already it's a vampire, this festival. It sucks the energy out of you because the last couple of years there's a giant line. I'm not saying come see me. I want you to come and have I want to create an experience like we've been talking about in that 2 minutes I have you in front of me, and I want you to know what you're trying, and I want you to find something you like, because we're gonna have more than one option. Most of these breweries,
Yeah.
And I want you to come back and check out the brewery. That's what that's what this is about for us.
I enjoy it. I really love doing these things. It's kind of like one of the perks of being in the industry for me. But I will say, to kind of tack on to what you were saying, just to be honest and clear, like it is kind of an energy suck sometimes when you have to repeat yourself constantly. You do have to kind of, and if we're just being realistic about how those events are and how they go down, you do have to kind of, where are you located? What beers do you have? What are the, and so you do have to kind of, that is kind of a lot sometimes. And you don't want to just hand somebody a piece of
What am I drinking?
So I've got 2. Let me step up to the mic here.
Yeah.
So, we've got a couple of Dad Bod IPAs there. That's our.
Is that what I'm drinking?
Yep,
Dad Bod.
that's the West Coast IPA there.
Okay.
So real piney, resiny, dank. Smells like your dealer's carpet.
Wait, you have to tell a dad joke before you drink the dad bod.
yeah.
I don't know any
Put
dad
him on the
jokes.
spot for a dad joke.
Yeah, I don't have any dad
No,
jokes.
I
no
got
dad
y'all
jokes
one.
on
I am a
got y'all
dad,
one.
though.
Did y'all know that the first French fry wasn't actually cooked in France? It was cooked in Greece.
There you go.
Yes.
I've never heard that. That was good.
No, that's
That was
good.
good. I've never heard that one.
I just want to close this out on the Brewology Beer Fest, though. Yeah, no.
Well, no, I just to finish kind of what I was saying because I didn't want to sound like I was like it's not to complain because like I was just tacking on to what you were saying that it can be a lot sometimes and you don't want to hand somebody some sort of like laminated piece of paper that says where we're located and what beers we have. You want to have that conversation with them, but it is
I want to get to know each
after
and
3
every
hours
single
of doing
person.
that. It is a lot.
Yeah, I did one last night. So all these beer festivals, they're fun, they're great exposure.
What'd you
but
do last night?
It's we were at the Cocktails in Bloom festival, so it was more of a we were the beer vendor, and then it was a handful of local cocktail, and they also had like Ninfas, Henderson and Kane, a couple others. It was over Turkey Bend, a new event venue off of it was like Navigation, just past the McDonald's down that way.
Right.
But yeah, so like those things they're fun, they're great exposure.
Just
but
so you know that this Brewology, if you're listening to this podcast, it's tomorrow. This is coming out on Friday, so it's tomorrow.
It's the 30th?
30th, yeah.
Yeah.
30th, yeah. It's next Saturday.
But yeah, like those events, like, you come back and you're just gassed. I mean, it's like you're spending the entire time, you're on your feet. Like, thankfully, this one's air conditioned. This one's indoors.
No, I
Right.
love that
But,
it's air.
yeah.
I'm just saying it. Even though it's inside, and I think most of our beers already delivered before that event, but it's not next. I apologize. It's the following Friday. It's 2
Oh, yeah,
weeks
one
away.
more.
It's 2
That's
weeks
right.
away, but it's an energy suck because you got the giant line. You do want to create that moment, and that's my goal. I'm not there because somebody's paying me there. I represent Megaton Brewery. I want somebody to click like, oh, this place might have something to offer me. This might be an experience,
Right.
And I wanna create a memory so that follows them that goes later. I need to go to Megaton. I need to go to Megaton. I
Right.
need to check out what that place is about.
But you have to do that constantly, and that's
It's
kind
a
of what
lot.
we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of
But
energy.
that's why we have a couple while we're doing it.
No, I was gonna say let me kind of tack onto that because you are telling it as like the brewery, but let me add a story as the consumer because you said that you had to pay, pour your own beer. Even though it's energy sucking, it's 100% worth it. And I'll kind of tell you like why. As far as a while back, I was at a winery with my friends, family, and all that because they had like a little NASA thing where you can look through the telescopes at night and see like all the planets and stuff. Really cool. But they actually had a brewery out there with 4 select beers. Like, oh heck yeah! I'm not gonna drink one. I'm gonna drink this beer. Well, they had a third party pouring the beers. Okay, went up there. I was like, hey, what do y'all have on tap? And right away, this poor guy, you can tell he's not really like familiar with the craft beer. He's like, oh, we have this one which tastes like Coors Light. This one tastes like Michelob. I'm thinking to myself like, I hope not. Like this is like craft beer. And then the very last one, he's like, oh yeah, we have this one right here, which is like a Hefeweizen Kolsch. I'm like, tell me more about this hybrid beer. Like, tell me more about this. And come to find out, it's actually a Scotch Ale. I'm like, oh man.
What? Okay,
And
that's a jump.
It was a really good beer, but I'm just saying, like, okay, for me, that turns into like a fun story. Like, I know about the craft and all that, but for
Oh
someone,
no, the benefits are amazing. I'm not shitting on it.
No.
What I'm trying to say is that we want to create that experience for
Exactly.
y'all, and what I'm hearing right now is it's well received. And
for sure. Like when you're out there pouring it, it's like, especially for someone that's kind of brand new. Because if I was like brand new to like the craft beer, I would have gone home to my friends like, yeah, I had a Hefeweizen Kolsch, and like, what the fuck did you just say? Like seriously?
Right.
But it was,
And that's
but
kind
it
of
was
what you're-
dark
yeah.
and like
It was red. It was like, wait, you had a
Yeah,
Hefeweizen Kolsch that was red, so it's all about that perception because honestly, you only get one chance at a first experience.
Yeah.
for sure.
And no one's going to be as good of an ambassador for your brand, whether it's H-Town
100%.
Beer Passport or whether it's
Exactly.
your painting company or plumber or whatever. Like nobody's going to be as good of a salesperson as you are for your own business.
Right.
And and that's like you said, when you reached out to us, like, yes, I want to do that right away. You know, it's like I don't sleep much. That's why I think you got a response within like 45 minutes.
Oh yeah,
so.
y'all the first ones to talk to. It was crazy.
But you should go to the Brewsology. Like I said, you get to check out museum exhibits. I think it's like 80 breweries, and it's drink till you drop. So Uber. Yeah, there's no limit on how much you drink at this festival. I did the first time I did it as a person just participating. I got shit faced, but I did Uber. So
That's good.
yeah.
Now,
Be
do
safe.
they incorporate the exhibits with it, or how? Because I've never been.
I don't know if you can take your actual alcoholic beverages into each exhibit, but you only have like a 4-ounce glass. So you take your beer shot and then go check out the exhibit.
Okay.
No, you can drink while you're wandering around.
There's certain exhibits. I know, like the dinosaur one, like there's booths set up throughout the dinosaurs, and there's booths set up on the third floor, which is its own fourth floor, which is its own thing.
That's that
Yeah.
energy level. That's right.
Yeah.
And just don't spill your beer on the mummies, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, don't.
See,
yeah.
I don't know if you're allowed to take your alcohol into the mummies.
Yeah.
Because of that reason.
Yeah.
I don't remember any place being closed off.
I maybe it's changed. I know the last 2 years I've gone, I've been so wiped out by the time I ran out of beer that I just went home.
That's why I went so early last year, so I could set up and then just wander around. And then everybody was like setting up, and I was like, ugh, now I feel obligated to help people.
You always feel we always do.
No, I know.
Everybody.
I'm like, all right, I guess I'll help you set up your tent. But yeah, it's funny because I'm like, the whole reason for me getting there early was to just kind of go and enjoy it, and I did. I enjoyed the museum. That was the whole point of me kind of doing it that way. So, it was cool, and there was a lot of people that were leaving, that were getting ushered out because it was time for them to basically shut it down for just normal business hours, so that they could prepare for the festival, right? Because you have to have a ticket to get in. So there's a lot of people walking by, and they're like, "What is this?" They're like, and I even had people come up, and they're like, "Can I order a beer from you?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I can't. I can't serve you a beer." And they're like, "Well, where are you located?" You know, they start the conversation, and you still have that interaction with somebody, and that was one benefit to me getting there early. I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off this year, but it was fun to be able to wander around and just check it out.
Chris and me from Megaton will be there. I don't know if we'll have such a good spot like we had. We had like the first spot last year when you walked in, which was really cool.
Yeah, we're right there when you walk in the door.
Yeah. But I gave you a card a second ago, and you still haven't read it out
No,
loud.
I did. We did it already.
Everybody cheers.
We drank.
Oh, cheers. Okay.
Yeah.
Here you go, boss. I'm sorry. I thought I was waiting on you for some reason.
No, that was it.
It was just an easy one.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay, bust a rhyme. The player who
It's a
pulled this
harder one.
card will say a word. The next player will say a new word that rhymes with that word.
Oh,
this
Lord.
will continue until a player repeats a word, says a word that doesn't rhyme, or is not able to produce a word. The loser drinks.
Should we do beer theme or?
I was like, just say
It's hard
orange.
for rhyming.
Just say orange.
Just
kidding.
Go door hinge. Orange. Door hinge. Let's keep it simple. Let's go desk. I said simple. I don't know if that was simple.
It's not.
I think Pesk came to mind.
Don't give them.
I mean, there's not a lot of words that rhyme with that word.
Shit. I was
Drink.
Yeah. What do you got on that one? I'll drink beer.
That's a word. That was
And
me.
Dave was like, let's keep it beer related.
Yeah.
Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
Wort.
By the way,
Wort.
for those who say I don't do hazy IPAs, this is our hop maxing.
Okay.
So we went a little.
Is that something people say?
Hop maxing?
Well, it's maxing, with a prefix.
Yeah, we're mogging everyone else's IPAs right now with.
Yeah,
the hop
there's like
maxing.
looks maxing. There's like
Little clavicular reference with this one.
yeah, it's probably more of a Gen Z thing, but yeah, it's
a
like
thing.
yeah.
Google
what?
it.
Tell me what am I supposed to rhyme to that?
I was thinking I was saying anything like a 4-letter
Pesk
word.
was the first word and only word that came to my
I
head.
can't think of any other word.
Damn. Yeah.
I like to think I have a pretty good vocabulary, and I couldn't.
Here's a card.
I thought you were gonna say pest because you kind of like you did like that, and I was like, he's gonna say it.
But-
That's the only word I could think of.
I could slant rhyme off it. All right, so Ninja Star. The card puller must pick a player to throw his card at. If you hit them, they must drink. If you miss, you must drink. All right, well.
He hit me.
He got him good. Like a damn ninja star.
He's been practicing.
I think I'm bleeding.
Broke the skin. That was a good fling.
I will drink.
It was fast too. Like there's no thinking. It was just,
Well, I didn't want him to dodge. I had to catch
Yeah.
him off guard there.
Yeah. This is good.
And then I need to draw a card. Oh, this is sponsored by, this whole podcast is sponsored by F Your Liver, local Houston-made drinking card game available on Amazon and eBay.com, Spider Games, and in the local box vending machines. Because
Plural.
I bought a second vending machine last week.
congratulations.
Yeah, so now I own two, but I haven't placed the second one yet.
I was about to say, where do you put them? Where's the first one?
The first one's at Megaton.
All right.
So it's the idea is it's a locals only vending machine. We have local jerky, Clark's Jerky. We have freeze dried candy from Space City Candy. We have F Your Liver. We have some Spunk and Disorderly made some local craft beer soaps out of Megaton beers, and that's all available at Megaton. So I have like maybe 2 breweries that I'm talking about putting the second one.
Yeah, I saw it when I was there, so that's
Yeah?
cool. I didn't know it was your machine. So.
That's my machine.
yeah, cool.
Yeah, you were just at Megaton, huh?
Yeah, a couple weekends back. We that was our first stop. Like I said, we hit them. We Final Gravity and Deca as well up there.
Oh,
so,
awesome.
Yeah, we made the rounds, but yeah, we were up fairly.
Which
early
one
in
was
the
your
morning.
favorite?
So it was quite warm at Deca. We were out on the patio, so we spent the least amount of time there. Even though I had their stout, which was really excellent, and Morgan had the ESB, both great ones. Megaton, I had it was a Czech lager, I believe. That was real solid. I think he went. I forget where he went with that one, and yeah, Final Gravity is awesome too. So I mean, super small scale, and he was fun to talk to.
Ted's awesome.
Yeah, I generally
For sure.
like when I go into breweries like that, I don't like to like name drop. I generally I don't wear any branding, and it's like I might say something like afterwards, like, "Hey, come see us at our place." I don't want to be like treat me special because I'm a brewer or whatever. So I generally
Right.
try to kind of fly under the radar. So
Yeah.
I want everybody to treat me special anytime I go anywhere. Be like, all hail Brandon.
No way.
Brandon's here. Treat him special.
Roll out the red carpet.
Yes, yes.
You
Yeah.
walk in, walk back out. We're gonna try this again.
No, I will add on that Ted's awesome. We actually just booked another podcast with Final Gravity. So we did one with them. I want to say it's like our 11th episode or something like that. I'm not sure. It's
I'm
hard
not
to keep
sure which
track.
episode it was, but it was right before they had their grand opening.
We talked to them the week that they opened, and it's because we both friends with them. We were talking to them the whole time they were in the process of opening before they were opening a brewery. But we are going to completely be documenting 1 year into a brewery being open. So it's going to be a very different experience because when we had recorded that podcast, it was the same week that Elder's Son had announced they were closing their locations. And we thought Copperhead was going to close, which it ultimately did not.
Right. Yeah. Oh.
So Ted was, even if you listen to the podcast, he's a little off. Like he's concerned about that news. And he's opening a brewery. And I feel like the brewery's been a success.
yeah, and he's retired sheriff or
Yeah, a retired police officer and
yeah.
Army veteran. He's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
great guy.
military.
yeah. So very very cool guy. He was fun to talk to.
Yeah. Okay, I got a card. The card puller must make a true or false statement about themselves. Everyone in the group must say if they believe it is true or false. The incorrect players must drink. This category is called true or false. So I have to make this is a lot of thinking right here that I got to
Okay.
do. Yeah,
Don't hurt yourself.
I might. Okay.
While you're thinking, I just want to put out there that, like, have you ever thought about selling like dildos out of your?
You know what? I'm going to Japan in
You
2
can call it
weeks.
F
And
your
they sell all kinds of nasty things out of vending machines. So, I mean, just to accommodate you, maybe that's something we can do.
Just call it F your cervix.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, true or false? I own 14 tarantulas. True or false?
Oh,
And
I know you own.
You both have to.
Oh, we all have to.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah. You have to. Starting with you.
Well, I know
That's
I know
true or
he
false?
owns tarantulas, but I don't think it's that much. I want to say false.
I'll go with true.
I'll go true. I mean, is one of them pregnant right now? One of it lay eggs?
If one of them, they actually have like 100 babies,
Yeah, I was about to say they probably have more than
depending on the species. Yeah.
that. Yeah.
You were both wrong. That was false. I own 12 tarantulas.
Oh, that's still more than I thought. I thought it was like under 10.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Yes, it's a weird thing, but I've been raising them since they were babies. I did it to get over the fear of being scared of spiders because I was arachnophobe, and you know what? I'm not scared of spiders anymore.
That's cool. It worked.
And I like to get high and look at them occasionally.
Which set of
Talk
eyes
to
do you
him.
gaze into?
They're all kind of clumped up there together. Oh. And I think I told you this before, but this is now a copy of F Your Liver that I'm gifting to Gristworkz.
Awesome.
So if
Is
you
it,
have a
all,
game
is, it,
section
is, it
or
all, is it
something?
all family friendly that I can leave out, or do I need to be careful?
No, it's not that bad.
Not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Put it in the
We'll-
kids section.
We'll
Yeah,
set, we'll set them right up here next to the Jenga.
there you go.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Every brewery bar needs a good drinking game.
Oh,
Every-
for sure.
I love seeing it. It's like this is a great way to put them out there. F your liver.
F your liver. Okay.
that's good shit.
So we just heard that B52, 11 Below, and Fortress.
Well, yeah.
They are all under one roof now. I'm assuming that's the original B52 location.
Correct.
So they're just three brands under. That's what was announced this
Right.
week.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but are they doing renovations too? They're updating the. I want to say I see a lot of things on social media sometimes, and I skim past before I read the whole thing. But yeah, I want to say that there was some.
Yeah, they put out some like digital photos of what it will be. So
Right.
It looks like they
So-
are doing something.
So they're expanding on
like
like
updating and
Yeah, I think I saw that they're going to do a bar concept alongside it. It's been a minute since I've been up to B52. You know, they've got probably
hadn't
5
been so
acres. It's a
long.
big space. If it was in town, I'd be there much more frequently. It's just
I loved it
can't,
back in the
I can't
day.
have 3-4 beers and make a 45-minute drive back home. So at least not responsibly.
It also
different
says
when you're in industry, though, it really is. Like I was going to I still go to a lot of breweries, but
Yeah. And like their Oktoberfest is the best one every year, by the way. So
Yeah?
their Oktoberfest is always really fun.
B52.
Yep. Yeah, they get some good vendors.
I just love the location.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite breweries in this greater Houston area. It's like
I
as far as
don't
their
go there enough anymore.
we used to go a lot back in the day. We
did,
used
yeah.
to drive out there, but it was an hour from our house, and then I would at least load up on beer to go because I felt like I would always get. I'm not a big flight guy. Let me just put it that way. But I would get flights there because like a lot
You
of
wanna
times I
try
was,
everything.
and I was also trying like I wanted a couple of just regular. I say regular. At the time, the hazy IPAs there were like super viscous, and we were drinking them in the heat with the sour. They had some of the most amazing sours too at one point.
Wheeze the juice.
And Wheeze the Juice, and then but then they were doing some other ones that were a lot even more just gunky. I mean, they were hopped up. But that was the thing back then. So I really enjoyed going there. I really loved the spot. But it does say on their post, it says a reimagined 6-acre Piney Woods destination. So reimagined to me tells me that they're doing some revamp of some sort.
So the original B52, it was on 6 acres. They're talking about the same space.
It was on a pretty big plot of land. I don't know if it was fully a 6-acre plot of land, but they had an indoor bar, they had an outdoor bar. You could buy beer in both
'Cause I'm
inside
trying
and
to
outside
understand, are they
to go.
adding like more indoor space?
It doesn't say, but it does say also that they're doing a craft cocktail lounge.
Okay.
That's new. expanding zero proof options.
I thought that
more
11
food.
Below moved to the new Fortress location. So I guess they pulled out, and they're all 3 of the brands are under the B52.
Well,
I would presume it's a consolidation. Like, there's no reason to be running 3 separate locations. If you've got co-ownership, you may as well. Why have 3 separate locations that are running at half capacity? And B52 is what, a 30-barrel brew system, so they've got tons of capacity. So
Okay.
they should.
It
be able
sounds
to,
like they have one brewery and they have 3 brands. And
well, I don't know where Fortress isn't named in this merger, so
well,
But-
Fortress is involved.
I
Unless
understand. I'm just saying they're not
Okay.
on this post.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of cool. I'm excited. It gives me
I
another.
just want to know what it means. Is it just 3 brands under one location?
I don't know. It just says the 2.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, will they keep the 3 brands, or will they pick one, or come up with a whole new one?
It sounds just like one brewery. It's just they're all becoming one brewery.
But you would think they would mention Fortress.
Well, are they just going to act like we don't know Fortress is a brewery that they own the brand to? I don't know. Because
Why wouldn't they mention it?
I don't. It's the same people. It's an investment group that owns all 3.
No, I understand. I'm just saying they're not mentioned in the post, so I wouldn't lump them all together just yet.
Okay.
Me personally, I don't know. I feel like they would mention all 3 as like a kind of a triple header kind of conglomerate type thing, but I'm not hearing that. I'm seeing just B52 11 Below together.
What else do we need to talk about, guys?
Beer
before we do
matrimony.
top 5 breweries. I know that's coming up. Is there any other topics y'all wanted to get into?
I mean, it's there's a lot going on in the beer industry right now. So I mean, there's a lot of negative news, but I mean, positive news is craft beer is still here to stay. It's 2 years in a row we've had negative growth in the industry, but like we were kind of talking offline, it's like feel like it's consolidated into it just increases the quality. And so I feel like it's a lot of sad stories. True Anomaly is definitely one of the big ones that
Sucks.
frankly, behind St. Arnold has been around the longest, but True Anomaly after St. Arnold probably had the most number of medals and awards to their name. So by any metric, they had some of the best beer in town. And we can armchair quarterback anyone's business model, and it's sad to hear, but that's they definitely didn't deserve to fail. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like quality was there. It was a cool tap room, and it's just victim of circumstance and permitting and all this other stuff that just stars didn't align, and costs got out of control real quick for them.
Right.
And it's and again, kind of we were talking offline about this. Like it's a lot of it is just making good beer is not enough anymore. People.
100% agree.
Yeah, people don't want to just come to, like, especially younger cohort at this point. Like, they don't want to just come to a bar and sit and drink. It's what's your trivia night? Do you have karaoke? Do you have this or that? And it's like people want to be entertained beyond just having TV on and drinking a beer, watching a sports game. And like I feel old at this point. Like I said, I'm 42, and it's like I just want to go to a quiet bar and have a good beer and hang out. But that's like
People want experience now.
Yep, exactly. That's why you see like
They want
pickleball
an
courts
experience.
and it's like all the new big beer gardens popping up. They have pickleball and this and that and another thing. And it's like so it's these massive complexes, and it's almost like the bar is a secondary thing. And it's like I don't know. Like I said, I feel like the old dog sitting here like I just want to have a beer and shut up and be quiet. But
Get off my lawn.
yeah, exactly. But no, it's like just adapting to that, and it's it's always moving goalposts, and what does the consumer want, and it's everything's cyclical.
Yeah. Do you find, especially with you guys being where you are and having cocktails, do you find y'all have a pretty young crowd that comes out?
I would say like especially like the beer scene, like we're not seeing a lot of like not just us, like the entire beer in general, like the younger kids. I mean, there's so many more options now, whether it be buzz balls or THC or there's so many other ways to be intoxicated.
Imbibe, yeah.
I mean, hell, when Topo Chico and Jarritos have their own alcoholic brands, you kind of hit a point of saturation where, and Boston Beer is putting out their new Lit. They've got their alternative to Buzzballs coming out in the next handful of weeks. So, it's being adaptive to and just having more diversity in your lineup. Nobody is thriving in the beer industry right now. It's keeping your head above water right now, which, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's the truth of everybody. Like, nobody is really growing right now. And having more diverse product lineup, we would not be here anymore if we didn't have a cocktail program and the food. Because there are definitely days where we sell more food than we do beer and liquor combined.
Yeah.
But then there's the other days that, hey, we're a beer bar today, or other days where we're a liquor bar. We sold shots.
Yeah.
We had Fleet Week a couple weeks back, and we had 400 sailors come through here, and you were here that day. Yeah, that was your that was your launch day. That was like throw them into the ringer there. But yeah, we had like 400 sailors, and we did like $2,000 in liquor in like an hour and a half. So it was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like just having that diversity and having more different SKUs to offer is, I think that's our key to success currently.
Yeah. So your demographics more just diverse than it is like one specific.
Yeah,
group.
I would say our average demographic is probably like the 30s, like late 20s to mid 30s is kind of our bread and butter. And you just saw like our lunch rush here. We had graduation party celebrating, and we got some local business guys.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, again, they wouldn't be here day drinking. They're here for lunch and have a couple beers with it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No,
Like, what are y'all doing with the microphones?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was cool. Yeah. No, it's always fun. Like whenever we do these things in a business that's open, because it gets people's curiosity going, and
Where can we find your podcast?
they're more inclined to probably check it out too. I feel like just because they were kind of here and they got to experience.
They're like,
being
how
here
did I
with
not
it.
know about this?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and again, like we were saying, like the hardest part of this is like it's just getting people in the door. It's like, I know we're making good beer, I know we have good food, we've got great hospitality. It's just getting your name out there. It's the hardest part, is just getting people to experience your product in the first place. And that's why things like the Beer Passport are excellent. Going to these beer festivals, doing whatever we can to get our names out there, because it's like, I'm confident it's like, it's not our price point, it's not our, anything that we're doing wrong. It's just a matter of
People aren't going out as
heard of
much.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of the
that's
most
too.
frustrating things. Like when I go to a beer festival, it's like, oh, you guys knew? Like, no, actually, we opened 4 years ago.
I still get it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Megaton just had 8 years, and
It's like, oh, so you guys are like St. Arnold? Like, yeah, kinda, but we're right down the street. No, we're not trying to copy them. Like, we're doing our own thing. But it's like it's a lot of people's frame of reference is like, oh, it's just a brewery, and we have a lot more of a story behind. It's not just a bunch of picnic tables and beer that we're serving. We got a lot more stuff going on here, and come and experience it.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I think
I've had an experience.
I have had it. Yeah, I've had a great experience today. It's been awesome. But yeah, I think I did want to ask one kind of random. Well, it's not random, I guess. I just feel like some people might be curious about where you got the name Gristworkz from.
So grist is what you call the grain that has been ground going into the brewing process. So a grist mill is the tool that we use. It's the grinder that grinds your grain. And so it was early on, this has been a lot of work, a lot of hard work, hustle, grinding to get to this point. And so, we probably put about 500-600 pounds of grist go into every single batch of beer. So every time grinding grain, it's a reminder of the hard work it took to get here, because, nothing came easy. And like I said, it was 10, 12 years of industry experience before we even pulled the trigger to start this. So it was a lot more of the groundwork was done before we even signed a first lease here. And so the grist, the grind, the hustle, and that's why, we've got the gears on as part of our logo. Like, I used to be a competitive cyclist, and so we do a lot of stuff with bike groups, and so like the gears and the grinding and the working hard is kind of the daily reminder of what it took to get here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I like that. That's a great story. Yeah,
Really
That's
great.
why I like asking questions like that.
Yeah, and it's kind of it's a word that's kind of outside of the normal lexicon, so it was intentionally chosen to kind of provoke those kind of questions, like, well, what's the name mean?
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
like, so yeah.
That's cool. I like it. Do you have time to bike anymore?
So I used to be in much better shape living out in the mountains in Colorado. So I'm not doing those century rides anymore.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely still ride a good amount, but it's definitely not the same type of mileage I used to. It's more
and it's
to
so
and from
flat
the bar.
here.
Yeah, it's
so flat.
but you should see on my Insta page. So we've got a 90-pound pit husky mix at home, and she loves going biking with us. And so I rigged up this little custom trailer I built, and so she goes on bike rides with us. And so I had to upgrade to an e-bike because just hauling her around. It's
That's cool though.
but yeah, so I've also got my my analog bike as well, so get out some miles with that. But
Right on.
yeah,
Love
we do. We got about 2-3 days a week that we have regular cycle crews that come through, like Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays.
That's cool. I was involved with one that I think kind of split up during COVID. It was under the guise of Crucial Matter, and they did a Tour de Taco, and we hit 3 different taco stands, and it was a casual ride, nothing crazy. So people were bringing like the boom boxes and like the lit up bikes and shit. It was awesome. It was such a good time. I did 3 of them, and they were all incredible. I enjoyed it.
So we're at the end of this thing. We're 53 minutes into the second half. So we're just under 2 hours, pretty much. I did want to ask y'all something we ask every single podcast: top 5 breweries. Who wants to go first?
I'll go ahead. So top 5 breweries, Gristworkz.
Yeah, you don't work for this place.
No, I have a lot. So I knew this question was gonna be asked. And so my thought process into like my top 5 is definitely like part beer, part experience, you know? So first off, I am going to say St. Arnold, just because like I said, that was like my first craft beer.
Gristworkz, St. Arnold.
Yep. So St. Arnold was my first craft beer. It kind of got me through that door. Plus, I do like their style of branding. So like whenever you see a St. Arnold can, it's always like the St. Arnold on there, but like a different kind of style to
Right.
it, you know, which is really awesome. Next, I'd go with Tolliard Brewing out in Sugarland. Main reason is their huge ass playground. Like I can take my kids out there, they're having fun. I can go out there if I want to work for a little bit.
Yeah.
If hang out with the adults. It's kind of nice because it really is that family atmosphere.
It's really great. Good guys over there. Good opportunity to announce our next podcast will be at Tailored.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one for sure.
So you said Gristworkz, you said St. Arnold, you said Tailored.
Next will be so this is gonna be for more of a beer thing. Whenever I'm just like really like feeling like down to earth hazy IPA, Spindle Tap. You know, so they're like my go-to
There you go.
hazies for that.
Old school Houston craft beer. There's a lot of players at Spindle Tap these days. We need to do a podcast with them for sure.
For sure. And then the last one will be great beer, but big experience is Texagon. You know, so
Oh, wow.
the reason I say that is last
That
time I
might
was
be their
there,
top 5.
Yeah, last time I was there, I mean, I spent like almost 3 hours just talking to them. You know, talking about the brewing process, how they have
They're
bees on
awesome.
the roof, they make their own honey. It was just awesome. I mean, and that's the thing. Like,
cool.
if you're a craft beer lover, go schedule because you have to schedule a visit. You can't just show up. But schedule
Right,
a visit
yeah.
at Texagon because it's cool. I mean, just like Gristworkz, like to come in and be able to talk to the brewer and all that. Like that's awesome. Like how many places can you go and have a beer while you're talking to the brewer?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so if you're out there listening, like hit them up, make a plan. Go out on a Saturday afternoon, or I don't know exactly when
They'd
their
love to
hours
have
are.
you. Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, schedule it, make it happen.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, Dave.
So kind of same way I'd break it down, like, so from a technical brewing stance, like who's got the best beer, like
It doesn't
from a-
have to be in any order.
and then like vibes, you know, who's got the coolest tap room type of stuff. So vibes wise, I mean, Megaton, no offense, it looks like a place that when I was in high school, if I was gonna design a tap room, it looks like a high schooler went to town on it. It's all the video games, and it's the very fun atmosphere. So vibes wise, I think it's one of the cooler tap rooms for sure.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's very unique. It's a cool experience. So
are you including Megaton in your top 5 right now?
Yeah, definitely. Like
awesome.
I said, vibes wise, I think it's cool. It's definitely the coolest tap room. It's the most unique tap room that I've been to in quite a while. So
appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's I've gone to hundreds throughout the country. So I think that's.
I would agree with that. That it's definitely one of the most unique.
Yeah. And it's like they've got a vision. They stuck to it. And it's like, okay, so this is what we want it to be.
Fallout, sci-fi,
exactly.
post-apocalyptic. Yeah.
Which, by the way, how'd you get past the copyright infringement, all that stuff?
The Bethesda came out to the brewery. I wasn't there. Casey might have been there because he's early Megaton.
I was there, and I remember this being like a big thing for us because somebody I guess visited the brewery right after we had opened that worked for Bethesda in Dallas. Or is it Austin? It's Austin. Sorry.
No, it's not in Texas. I can't.
No, they're based in Austin.
Bethesda's a city. I'm trying to remember where it is, but it's
no. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like that they basically said that when I worked for Megaton that we had their blessing. Basically, they were
they came down. They were cool. This is from what Jared told me before he passed.
And they were like, "We love it. We think it's awesome. If anything, you're lifting up the brand. You're not doing anything to tarnish it." So.
Yeah.
And we've had people from the television show come through now, so
that's
it's
awesome.
That's really cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Cool.
But I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So Megaton
got your vibes there. Technical brewing side, I'd say within the loop, Equal Parts is probably producing I shouldn't say probably, they are producing the cleanest, and just from a technical standpoint, they have some of the best beer.
Yeah.
I would say, I would put True Anomaly in there as well, but RIP, unfortunately.
You were telling us, you said True Anomaly. Can I say what you said? Yeah, True Anomaly would be your number 1, is what you said.
Yeah, because no one else is doing the fermented wild sours like that. And they're really the only ones that were doing the foeder sours, barrel aging, all that stuff. So definitely from the nerdy technical side of things, those two are top picks as far as just technical prowess and making the best quality beer wise.
Roger.
Obviously, St. Arnold's right up there too. They've got an in-house.
Is that on your list,
program.
St. Arnold?
I mean, they're the OGs, so definitely.
That's number 4.
Yep, I'd put them up there for sure.
We're at 3.
No, he said Megaton. He said
True
True
Anomaly.
Anomaly, Equal Parts.
We are including True Anomaly. Okay.
Yeah, I mean RIP, but
Okay.
All right.
Fresh.
It's
still fresh.
Yeah.
So
There's still some of their beer out there.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Floating around.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I go toss up I won't say Holler because I used to work there, so that doesn't quite fit your client or your criteria there. I'll go New Magnolia.
Right on.
Yeah, New Magnolia.
At
Again,
number 5, New Magnolia.
Yeah.
It's a solid list.
Yeah, they're making great beer, and it's a cool tap room.
I agree with you on Equal Parts, though. I think that out of a lot of the breweries that I visited in the area, that they kind of just they don't put out a bad beer.
It's like if you don't like a beer that True Anomaly makes, or that Equal Parts makes, it's probably because you don't like the style.
Right.
It's not because they didn't do the style properly.
Correct.
It's just not your flavor.
Not your cup of tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, that's a great list. Yeah.
Really good list. Both really good lists.
Yeah.
Really appreciate y'all coming up with those. And so we're just under 2 hours. Is there anything we need to talk about before we close up? We want to talk about H-Town Beer Passport at all? Anything we need to update? Anybody at Gristworkz? Any cool events coming up?
Today's National Pizza Party Day, so I know this is airing a week from now, but we're doing a little pizza party special today.
It's always a pizza party here at Gristworkz.
Exactly.
I really enjoyed the pizza, and I'm a pizza kind of fanatic.
Great
so
pizza here.
The pizza is amazing. I've been kind of nibbling at the crust just as we've been sitting here talking.
So don't just come here to drink. Come here to eat.
The pizza's phenomenal.
I enjoyed the wings.
The wings were really good. I enjoyed the food. The nachos, everything was really good. So I think it's definitely, if you're into food and you want a cool vibe, come here. And then also there's great beer. And then you got cocktails, which is also really cool. When you said daiquiri earlier, I was thinking like a strawberry daiquiri kind of thing.
No, like I said, I worked with Underbelly Hospitality for a while. I learned from Anvil OG guys, so like I got the experience of learning legit craft cocktails, and so if even a tenth of what I learned, I'm able to translate to the staff here.
Yeah.
We're putting out the same quality beer as cocktails.
Yeah.
And so it's you'll be surprised. We're not just doing like wine based, pre-batch cocktails. It's shaken to order. It's fresh juices. It's good quality spirits. So.
Is that drink that the daiquiri, is it served over ice, or does it come like that shot, or how do you serve it?
It comes in a coupe glass, so like a little martini glass.
Okay.
So 4 ounce. It's daiquiris. Like I said, it's like the litmus test for a good craft cocktail bar as well as a brewery. It's go and order a pilsner, get their light crisp beer. Like I said, you're gonna know right away if they've got fresh juice or are they just getting mix out of a bottle type of thing.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. I like it. Trying to branch out. I just kind of just stuck to beer and wine for so long that I'm trying to kind of get my feelers back out for, because I'm kind of a basic bitch. I like
You
Moscow
are a basic
mules.
bitch.
Well, when it comes to alcohol, when it comes to liquor, like
No,
I'm pretty
I
basic.
just wanted to call you bitch.
No,
but
no, but yeah, but I'm a Moscow Mule guy. That's my.
Well,
I like
if
a
you guys
good
wanna do
cocktail.
little cocktail add on to this. We can get all nerdy on the cocktail side too. So.
All right, yeah.
I can
My
walk and
wife's
chew bubble gum.
into cocktails and she gets me to try different drinks, but I always pick wrong. Whenever like I go to Bayou Heights Beer Garden, we get cocktails. They got like 100 different cocktails, and I always pick the wrong one.
No.
She always picks the right one, so now I just pick what my wife picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another good program. Like I was at Heights Beer Garden when they opened, and so I was managing the beer side, but
Yeah?
definitely learned a lot on the cocktail side there too. And
They're amazing.
Yeah.
If you like cocktails, Heights Beer Garden, they'll go up and down the stairs for you, make it so
Yeah.
absolutely
we had
delicious.
something like 3,000 bottles. I'm so glad I wasn't in charge of doing the inventory on that side.
No,
But
it's really
shift drinks were always fun over there. I never had the same thing twice.
Right on. That's cool. That's kind of fun. Yeah, no, I've learned that my brain, like I want to like floral things. Like when I read it, I'm like, ooh, like it'll list some sort of floral component to it. And I'm always like, oh, that sounds intriguing. And every time I try it, I'm always like, it's not for me. It's just not, I can't get with the floral, even though there's something about it that is intriguing to me. But I don't know. Maybe Maybe I always say, I always keep trying things because you never know. It just
always
circles
keep
back around.
trying things. I'll never stop. We're at the end of this, so I'm going to Japan. I'm going to Tokyo in 3 weeks from now.
Oh yeah.
I'm really excited. Me and my wife, we're going on. We're gonna be gone for 8 days. We're only gonna be there for 6, and my plan is to try so many things that I haven't tried. That's why we're going. I want a completely different experience than anything I would get in any English-speaking country. I want to experience something unique and something once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Not saying I'll never go again, but I'm really excited.
Yeah.
By the way, y'all have any local breweries you would suggest in Tokyo?
I do. That is outside of my wheelhouse. Sorry.
I'm
I
gonna
think
try
that's-
something. I'll come back.
I think they're more of like soju and that kind of stuff. Over
Yeah,
there,
they have wine. They make whiskey, Japanese whiskey.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
really
good
bad at
whiskey.
Chinese.
Yeah,
for sure.
we've got a handful of like Suntory Toki type stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got. We got a fresh bottle of Hibiki up there. So that's the.
Well, the
I
next
do
time
like
we
some
do
Japanese
a podcast
whiskey.
at Tailored, I will have been, and I'm definitely going to talk about that experience when I
Oh,
come
yeah.
back.
You gonna go have dinner at 7-Eleven?
I've been told my wife is on Japanese TikTok, so she's been telling me all about all the things that we need to try. But yeah, 7-Eleven has been at the top of her list.
Nice.
Dude, I love TikTok for that. Like anytime I go out of town anywhere, you can go on TikTok. TikTok's such a good reference
Exactly.
place.
You
And
get it straight from the experience.
yeah, and then people just kind of feed it to you, and you get different personalities telling you different opinions. It's really great, and it's a nice tool. I don't feel like you get that out of the other platforms.
No,
the way you
because
do
all
with
those are
TikTok.
some of those reviews are like paid for and all that, and so
Yeah.
it's nice to go on TikTok and say, okay, best breakfast in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, all these
we went to
things come
such and such. It sucked. It's like, and I love that, like, because people, and I don't know, like, there's this whole like grading system on TikTok too. Like, oh, I 100,000 out of 10 liked it. I'm like, okay, cool. You really liked it.
Y'all want to
Like,
shut this down?
I like it. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. I don't have a. Is there any alcohol left?
You got,
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, you got your menage a quad.
I'll have a sip.
Menage a trois.
Cheers, guys.
sip.
Appreciate y'all coming on and doing this podcast. It's been really great.
Cheers.
It was a blast, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, and yeah, that's best of luck for growing the H-Town Beer Passport.
Yeah, no, thank you to both of y'all. Thank you for just the start of the journey, and thank y'all for having me on here.
Yeah, of course,
Sure.
man. It was a great time.
I told you this off the podcast. What you're doing is something I really believe in. I think it's something that somebody should do. If you are somebody who's even curious about local craft beer, we have so many great breweries in Houston, and you need to support them. This is a great program, and it has like goals and experiences that you get to inquire. Like I said, I think it'd be if I was dating and I was getting to know my significant other, I think this would be a great experience to go out there and venture and explore this awesome city we have. We just have such great culture and community, especially in this craft beer scene.
Yeah,
so
and Father's Day is coming up, so gift ideas.
that's a good Father's Day gift.
Yeah.
That is good. That is good. Good plug.
No more neckties. Beer passports.
It's
Beer passport.
more useful than a necktie.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah.
No, it's been really great. Really, like I'm going to say it again. Check out the Houston H-Town Craft Beer H-Town Beer Passport. And you need to come down here to Gristworkz and give it a shot, because this is really great food, really great beer. They got a great cocktail program, so come experience that. Thank you so much for listening. Y'all have a great rest of your May, and we'll see you in June.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye.